Magic. There I am. Now let's welcome. Let's get some music going. This place is so boring, so you need to get like some music going a bit. You know me. You know me. You know me. Let's create some. I have like Coach Mary has given me like about 5 minutes to do my craziness. Then of course I'm going to have on the fun. Okay, let's start. Uh, uh, you guys know me and music. Hey, Aframex, how have you been? How is Christian? How your kids doing? Thank you so much for coming in. Bad Files, welcome, Sue and the gang. Imelda, my channel member, is also here. How you doing, Imelda Salo? Imelda was my co-host last week, by the way. If you missed that interview I had with Imelda, you need to go rewatch it. We had the best time. She's visiting from Germany and she came to visit me all the way in Nairobi and had an amazing time. And Bias LLC from Coach Mary Ma. Coach Mary Ma is also having this live stream shared on her channel. So she has the power to share this live stream on her channel, so you can also interact with Coach Mary Ma on her own channel. If you have no idea where to be, you can be Goga, you can be Coach Mary Ma, you can be jumping and coming, whichever works. Okay, amazing MNT all the way from Jamaica. Thank you so much for coming in. So I think everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to have an amazing conversation. This is the last day of May. The beginning of June, we are midway through the year. Massive Empire Africa, my channel member is getting coming soon. Type Goga, type host for night code to your house. So we're not a growth channel. So we try to like actually the people come here, but in case you want, if somebody makes you happy, you want to exchange numbers to them and go on a date with them, why not? You can always drop, you can always just ask type code to like drop your house to them. Rabas! Rabas is another channel member of mine. Thank you so much, people along Rabas. If you don't have Rabas, connect this amazing lady who is looking for a husband. Already picked the wedding venue. You already picked the wedding venue. We are just missing the group. I don't even know what that is supposed to mean, but here we are. Carol Gidinji. The mic is flickering. Thank you so much for coming in. Carol Gidinji, welcome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for that. My mic is flickering. Rabas! I don't know. I hope you had me screaming your name like that. Thank you so much, people around Rabas, all the way from the Philippines. Precious Pieces, nice to see you there. I saw one of my other channel members there. Did I see Massy Empire? I saw Bobby Jean Lane TV. Thank you so much, Bobby J. How you doing, sis? Nice to see you. Proud Mixed in the flesh. How you doing, PMC? Another amazing co-host we have on the. PMC has been on this channel like twice, so he's literally like a co-host. You can type PMC that goes to connect to him. We have Precious Pieces there. Carol Gutindi, thank you so much for that. Pushing out on the mic. Lily, thank you so much. Sniper, my channel member, thank you so much for that amazing reminder. Type Goga, type host, and you'll be able to actually connect people. Alcimo! Oh my goodness, Alcimo is the guy who is almost getting to 100k subscribers, guys. This guy is going to have a silver button in the next 1 month. I've predicted it. You can tell. You're not going to tell me anything. He's going to have a silver button. Thank you so much, Alcimo. Nice to see you. Thank you so much, my brother, all the way from Java in Indonesia. Thank you so much. Let me see. Maybe in the future, bro, it will be a third part. Yes, PMC, we are definitely meeting for the third time. It has, we've already spoken it to the universe, and it has to happen. So, guys, if you're watching me from Facebook, please feel free to type a comment so that I'm able to see you. If you're watching me from YouTube, give us that thumbs up. Go to Coach Mary Ma as well. Go to her channel, give her the thumbs up there so that she can also get in that bit of support from you guys. But I'm going to pin her link shortly, and then then we can start. Bobby J, thank you so much for the amazing blessing, guys. We have to we are paying. Let's pay our bills. Let's pay our bills. Let me acknowledge our bills have been paid. Hold on. Thank you so much for this blessing. Indeed, may your pot never run dry. Bobby didn't meant to do. Comes to the first concert to the live. Thank you so much, Bobby J, supporting us. We are really proud to have you here. Thank you so much. Coach Mary Ma is just, Coach Mary Ma came. Coach Mary Ma came, and I didn't even notice that she was in the background. I was busy setting up my microphone, my set, my things, and things like that. I didn't even notice she was in the background, and she was just laughing the entire time. It was just amazing. You guys are going to have an amazing time with Coach Mary Ma. So without further ado, I'll be welcoming guys as they come in. We're going to have a night of conversation, questions mostly. If you have any question on personal development that you want, like have addressed today, please feel free to drop it down the chat. Coach Mary Ma, she's very seasoned, she's a professional. She will try to answer to the best of her knowledge. Coach Mary Ma is saying that pot is another level. Yes, this pot is for everybody, of every one of you. May your pot never run dry. Let me do it again because Coach Mary Ma your pot never run dry for begin late and all the amazing people are on this channel. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm feeling very upset. Hey, welcome. Alcimo, if you guys don't have Alcimo, run there. This guy is like seasoned, like a very seasoned like with a lot of like support. Imelda, oh my goodness, my channel member coming through here. Imelda, thank you so much for that. Bless me. We've not even started the conversation. You're already buying Coach Mary Marty. You people, we've not even started the conversation. Like, come on. Your pot never run dry, Imelda. So thank you so much. That's my channel member giving me a blessing. Thank you so much, Imelda, for that amazing blessing. So your pot never run dry. So guys, you have my super chatters, you have Imelda Salo, you have Bobby Green Lane TV. These are like my solid members. They've always supported this channel, and I totally vouch for them. Like, don't even think about it. Run to their houses, connect to them. Bobby Green Lane TV just finished an amazing challenge. She's now working on something else. Imelda, he's here in Kenya trying to finish her project before she runs back to Germany, but she'll be back again. In the next couple of months. So yeah, so if you don't have my super chatters, please connect with them. They're amazing people. Of course, I have to scream their name here like a crazy person. And they've just bought us our coffee with Coach Mary Ma before we start our conversation. Now, without further ado, I think I've made enough noise. I want to bring Coach Mary Ma up on the panel. Coach Mary Ma is calling you guys champions. If you're on Coach Mary Ma's live stream, she's on Yoga with Goga. She's on Yoga with Goga's panel. So she's that's why she's able to share on that side. So the best I can do, I can read all your messages. But if you want to connect to her, you have to like jump either on this side and leave me a comment. You can be on the other side. I don't know. You can be multitasking. You can be on Coach Mary Maz. You can open 2 tabs and you can be on 2 live streams. Why not? We are all monetized. We are not looking for WH. We are rich. I'm just saying. Hey, Mercy Empire. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. That's another. My channel members. Oh my goodness. What's happening today? But very much, these people love you and you've not even come up on the panel. Thank you so much. Something tells me you people just want to see this spot. That is why you're all being generous here, because you want to like see how this spot is like playing and stuff. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Mercy Empire Africa, thank you so much. Imelda Salo, and again Bobby Jin NTV all the way from the United States. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All our supporters, you bought us coffee, you bought us food, we really appreciate it. Betty, Sniper, my channel members who are here, people are Lanangra Pass. Alex is my founder channel member emeritus. He's 1 year old as my channel member, by the way. And Bias LLC all the way from very Mars like panel. Really nice to see you. It is 15 minutes since this show started, so I have now the honor to bring Coach Mary Ma up on the panel. Really like to do the music to something very YOLO to me. I'm just saying, it's just. Wait, let's just dance.
Lighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry.
Okay, let me reduce that music. Let's now start the show. I'm done. I'm done with my. These are serious conversations. I'm done. Confirm that you can hear my audio, guys, before we bring Coach Mary Ma up. Alex or Ilili, just confirm for me. Hey, Teresa Myers, how you doing, Teresa Myers? Thank you so much for coming in. How are your grandkids doing? Nice. It's been a while since I saw you, Teresa. How you doing? This is like one of the most supportive people on Whitey, and she's not even a content creator, guys. Nightbot, thank you so much, Nightbot. Yeah, Nightbot is telling you to type Goga in the chat to automatically drop your house. Thank you so much, Nightbot. Why am I speaking to Nightbot? Why am I even speaking to Nightbot? Like, what's wrong with me sometimes? Anyway, Carola Gidinji, thank you so much once again. Nice to see you, Carol. Thank you so much for popping in. Okay, Nkechi, Cynthia, I think I'm up to date on messages. Guys, if I've forgotten anyone, make sure you scream. Alex there can welcome you. It's like he has all the powers under the sun. If you notice we are I've not said your name or anything, don't mind me. It's because I'm going to be having a guest on the panel, but I will try my best as I can to highlight your messages, wave at you, give you a thumbs up. I don't know, dance on top of a table. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll communicate. We'll communicate. We'll communicate. We'll communicate. Okay, now I have the honor to bring up my amazing guest. She's amazing. I connected. I think I've known Coach Merima for about 3 months now. She connected to me, but I think I took a long time before I connected to her content. Then one day, I think it was just an afternoon, I was relaxing in the office. Then I just decided to click on her house. Let me tell you, I think I watched like three like solid videos, like, and they're pretty long, where she was just dishing life advice, personal development, and things like that. I was so amazed. She has this amazing thing, 5-step program called Reset. She's going to talk about it. The R, the E, the S, the E, and the T, they mean something. And she was the best person to actually bring up on this panel today, just for her to just, wrap up for us the first half of the year. And also the month, we call this the Mental Health Awareness Month. May has been a very rough month for most of us. And being the Mental Health Awareness Month coming to an end, I wanted that just to have that conversation, because most of us are beating ourselves, especially around this time of the year. Some things have not worked or things like that. And it's okay, rightly so, because 2023 has been rough. But here we are. What is the way forward? How do you chart your path forward? And that's what we are going to have in this conversation. So without further ado, that amazing, beautiful lady you can see on the screen is none other than Coach Mary Ma. The CEO, you can check her channel out, is Coach Mary Ma. Like, you can just type at Coach Mary Ma, M-A-H, and they'll be able to actually connect to her, and then also just soak in the wisdom that she brings in when it comes to her content. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach Mary Ma, for really honoring our invite on such a short notice. It's really beautiful to see you here. You're looking amazing as always, and I'm so honored that you honored my invite to be here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So welcome.
Thank you so much, Goga. It's a great pleasure to come share your space, and I am
Yeah.
so grateful for the invitation. I it was
Thank you, PM.
I didn't see your message until yesterday, and I said, why not? Why would we postpone? We always have a lot of things to say. So it's a yes. It's a yes anytime you want. We always have a lot of things to talk about. So it is an honor for me to be in your panel today, to collaborate with you and to talk about so many amazing things.
Absolutely. Miss D, nice to see you, Miss D. The drama people are already getting into the building. How are you doing, Miss D? Welcome, Miss D. Miss D is here. Miss D all the way from South Africa. That's my amazing sister. So, Coach Mary,
Oh.
I'm glad that you finally spotted the message. And I've always meant, the first time we talked about having this collaboration, it was, I think, on a chat. It was on a chat somewhere, and I was like, yeah, we need to have a conversation, and you need to come up on the panel and we talk about one or two things. It was so random. And then he told me, Goga, you know my contacts, you can reach out to me. And I finally just said, I need to reach out to Coach Merima because I think this is the best time to discuss these things. So last year we had a life coach around the same time. It's like we had Sophia, the life coach, who is based here in Kenya. And, she was just trying to explain for us, what is life coaching, why is it important, why do we need it, and things like that. So we kind of got the basics of some of these things. But, when it comes to your work, you focus so much on something we call, resilience. And I think for me, that's a trigger word, because as a yoga person, for me, sometimes just navigating a yoga class just takes a lot of resilience. And that's why I was like, yep, this is a buzzword for me, and, it's important. And then I like what you also call people, how are you resilient champions or resilience champions? I love that. And, it's really, there's something it connotes, especially when it comes to your community. So to somebody who doesn't know Coach Mary, who is Coach Mary? Where is she from? You can share, maybe, I don't know, you can talk to us about your family if it's something that you're comfortable sharing, just for us to understand who is Coach Mary Ma, the amazing beauty on the screen.
Yeah,
Take it away.
Coach Mary Ma is a global citizen. Well, originally, I'm from Cameroon. I have lived in many countries. Now I live in Canada. And
Nice.
when I say a global citizen, I really mean in the largest meaning of the word. I'm a global citizen. I fit anywhere. I work with people from all cultures, all religions, all races, and
Yeah.
I think I can give myself that title, global citizen. So I'm from Cameroon. Cameroon is in Central Africa, and
Yeah.
then I now live in Canada. I am a personal
Nice.
development coach and a life coach. For me is something that I wanted to share my story, and then I realized that there are many people who can learn from experiences from other people's stories, and I decided to come to YouTube to share my story, to share my journey, to share my experiences. I am a two-time divorcee from Africa, where marriage and having children is the center of every adult woman. Every adult woman's life, you have to be married, you have to have children. I am a two-time divorcee without children, and I lived with a lot of shame and guilt and blame and stigma, because even though I had a lot of professional success, people will still tell me you are not a complete woman if you don't have children or if you are not married. So before I really learned that no, I bring value, notwithstanding my marital status or whether I have children. And once I understood that, that's why I embarked on this personal development to really go profound and find out how does personal development help you to just be you and to just be your best version. And like I said, so many other women have the same stigma and shame and guilt. And so I am on a mission to raise awareness. You are not a failure because you failed in marriage, or because you did not have children, or because you failed in some things in life. Everybody has Michael Jordan level talent at something. So
I love it.
even if you fail in one thing, find a
Yeah.
thing that you are good at and do it and bring value.
I love what you said. Everybody has a Michael Jordan level in them. Like that's like really amazing. And thank you so much, Lily. I'll see you on the next one. I like what you're saying, and that is a fact I really didn't know. And it's nice to know you're from Cameroon, meaning you speak some very great French. I can imagine. I do have family friends from that amazing country. How long ago? I mean, how long ago was this before you left the continent? So to go to Canada, and how long have you like settled in Canada? Because I'm sure that will be some curious point.
No, I've been in Canada for 3 years. Before coming to
Uh-huh.
Canada, I was in Spain for 8 years. Before going to
Wow.
Spain, I was in Senegal for 4 years. So, like I said, I'm a global citizen because I had the opportunity to work in NGOs,
Yeah.
global NGOs that had offices in several places. And so, even though, like for the 4 years that I was working in Senegal, the
Mm.
secretariat was in Senegal, where I was the communications and networking officer. I am a journalist by training and by profession
Wow.
in
Okay.
communication. So, most of the we are in the secretariat in Senegal, but we had country offices in the Gambia, in Chad, in the program was divided into different zones in Africa. Lead Africa had offices in Malawi that was coordinating Eastern and Southern Africa, offices in
Yeah.
Nigeria that was coordinating Anglophone West Africa, and the office in Senegal that was coordinating Francophone Africa.
Yeah.
And since I have the advantage of working in English, French, and Spanish, I was coordinating communications for all of them. So I work in French and English. And so when I say Francophone Africa, Africa, we are we follow the linguistics in each country is determined by your colonial master. And
Absolutely.
so for those that were colonized by France and those that were colonized by the English or the Spanish or other people, But Cameroon is peculiar because we were colonized by both the English and the French. Part of Cameroon was an English trustee
Uh,
territory. And so that's why in the southwest and northwest regions of Cameroon, we are predominantly English speaking. So in Cameroon, we have our two official languages are English and French.
right. Amazing. And you speak Spanish now, and you're this is just amazing. You really are a
But you
daughter of the
know,
world. You're a
the good
global
thing
citizen.
about yeah, the good thing about us from Africa is, well, we take the good things from colonialism, the language legacy. We speak our own local
Yes.
languages, and in each of our countries,
Uh-huh.
we have, like in Cameroon, we have more than 240 local languages. I know that in Kenya, you have also a lot of them. And so we have
Wait,
the
wait, wait, wait,
advantage.
wait. Wait. You did you say you have 200 and something local
And
languages in
40,
Cameroon?
yes,
We have only 40. We have I think 45. I can't even imagine.
we have 240. And so, every village was like an independent
200.
country. Yeah, so and so we are gifted in Africa to speak so many languages. But one peculiar thing, we have the advantage that we have some lingua franca. Like if you in eastern most of Eastern Africa, all of you speak Swahili. It's you can a
Yes.
cross section of the countries they speak Swahili, so you can really mix and understand each other. But us who come from Anglophone descent, we have what they call the Pidgin English that was from the Creole that came from
Now we go here.
the islands. And so I could speak Pidgin, and my Nigerian brother or sister will understand like the Ghanaian. So we we can speak languages. For us is it's a blessing. We have a lot of languages, and so we can speak a lot of languages.
And that speaks volumes about how the continent is very rich when it comes to just culture, not just in terms of our traditions and customs, but even something like as simple as language. You can imagine 240 languages in one country. Like I don't even know how no one can really beat that. And then you go to the West. I'm sure you've lived in Europe, you've lived in these other countries. I mean, there's just like one or two other standard languages of communication, and you're coming from a country which has like over 200 and something. It's really mind blowing. Um,
Yes.
yeah, and yeah,
And so when you have that kind of
maybe just to move on
background,
to the national development.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So what got you into personal development? Because I know you say that you're a two-time divorcee, and I can imagine the shame, especially coming from Africa here, being a woman, the kind of expectations that the society puts on your head. I don't even want to imagine what you had to deal with before you like decided to separate yourself from that situation. But I'm assuming that could be an indication of what got you into that space. But what really inspired, because you said you're a journalist, you could have just sat pretty and become like start a TV show or something. You could have said, I'm going to be, you worked in NGOs, you could have said, I'm going to advocate for women rights, or I don't know. What got you specifically into personal development, and why is it important for even us who are maybe may not have an idea about it?
Yes, I can tell you, I started when I left the School of Journalism. I worked in the national TV for 1 year as a news reporter, and it was so boring at the end of the day because you go and come and report the news. I found it so boring. So I went into development communication, and that's how I went to work with a lot of NGOs. And in the work with the NGOs, I did a lot of capacity building projects and awareness raising for women and for children and for the young people. So I've worked a lot with women to raise awareness on all these harmful traditional practices that hinder or limit women.
Yeah.
But my greatest breakthrough was traveling with all the NGOs. Like I said, I was in Senegal, but I worked in more than with people from more than like 40 other African countries and people from worldwide. And so meeting with everybody with different cultures and different ways of looking at life, and especially meeting a lot of women who said, I don't want to have children, and I take my responsibility. I want to live child free. And then I saw that it was okay to live child free and not to have children and just be complete and just bring value the way you are. So I realized that all of this depended on how to build your self confidence, and you can't build your self confidence and self esteem without working on your personal development. And that is how I went into personal development. I wanted to learn how it is, why is it important to develop yourself. And I realized that when you develop yourself, you become self-aware. You know yourself. And so whatever people are saying about you, it doesn't matter, because you know who you are, you know your values, you know your strengths, you know the weaknesses. You really identify the areas that you need improvement, and you are aware that you bring value independent of whether the things that you have.
All right.
Yeah, I
Wow.
see a hand
And
up. Oh, okay,
no,
I
no,
can
no.
see.
It's
Okay,
my resting pose. Don't worry. I always rest
okay.
like this.
So when I realized that when you go into personal development and develop yourself, you become aware of who you are. You unlock the other potentials that you have, and then you improve your skills, you boost your self-confidence, you better your relationships with your family, with your spouse, with your colleagues, and you are just a an amazing person, confident of who you are, and able and ready to just become better. And then when you do personal development, you understand that you are not competing with anybody. Your competition is with you, and your competition every new day is to be better than you were the day before. And that is the foundation. If everybody were to develop themselves, to develop, have this
I
personal
love it.
development,
And that is the foundation.
we will have an amazing world,
Sorry.
because we are sometimes we just wait for people to tell us what we can do. Meanwhile, when we dig deep ourselves, we
Yeah.
uncover so many talents, so many skills, so many new interests that can really help us to just continue growing.
I love that. I love that. And so somebody like who wants then to get into a space such as, like, let's say, personal development. From based on the explanation you are giving, it's more of something that is like really introspective. I have to look at myself. I really have to have a certain level of self-awareness to actually know, or even accept that I want to grow into a desired, state or a particular place. That's the impression I get based on the explanation. And it means then there's a lot of self-awareness, and then that means most of us, we are not self-aware, because we sometimes, that's why we always need to seek help. We have teachers, we have our bosses who explain things to us, we have universities or things like that. But personal development, what is the difference then between personal development and maybe what you'll call, what people do in development studies, for instance, like, to develop nations or things like that? Because that, I think, will be the most curious thing I think I would then want to know. Just briefly, and then I can get to your the most
Now,
interesting
briefly,
bit.
like we say, briefly, when your personal development, you are developing the person that you are. And then when
Yes.
you are, yes, you are developing yourself. You want to develop your skills, your abilities. You want to develop your talents. You want to use
Yeah.
them to bring value. So when you are doing your personal development, it's you, and it's not selfish, because you just want to enhance the natural talents and potential that you have, to use it to serve and bring value. And the difference with the national development, you're talking about the country and
Yeah.
everything that comes in play. But you are talking about personal development. Hi, David, and I want to acknowledge everybody in the chat. I'm just sitting here and talking,
Yeah.
talking,
Welcome,
talking,
David.
talking. Okay.
David Corey, thank you so much for the support. David Corey is joining us from Coach Mary Ma's channel. You can
Yes.
also catch this stream on Coach Mary Ma's channel. It's not a, yeah, you can jump there and also give her a thumbs up. Just to be able to support her on the other side. Irene Zab, nice to see you. Ajora, my amazing sister, nice to see you as well. Nana Foodies, I see you there. Nana, they decided to do this mukbang thing where they were eating eggs, but we'll talk about this some other, I think after the conversation here, because I am concerned. How do you eat 10 eggs in one sitting? We need to talk. We need to have a conversation, because this is definitely not the personal development Coach Merima is talking about, that you can eat 10 eggs in one sitting. And then
No,
Diana Wangui.
personal development is holistic. You're developing your physical, spiritual, mental,
Yes.
and your whole well-being. And everybody have their own journey. So don't judge her. If she's doing her 10x, she might have the reason.
Don't worry. She knows I'm messing it up because we always crack jokes. They were doing this. Yeah, she understands. She doesn't take it. She won't take any offense to it. Let me just share Coach Mary Ma's channel so that you guys can check her out. And Nightbot is going to drop it, and then I'm going to just pin it.
Yes, before we continue, I really just want to acknowledge everybody that is in both chats, in your chat and in my chat. It's so amazing navigating the two chats, and I want to acknowledge everybody that has come, because you could have been doing anything else, but you decided to come and share with us, and we are always so grateful to have you. You are loved, you are appreciated, you are celebrated. Thank you for your time. And Goga, you said, let me come back to why I call my people resilient champions.
Yeah.
Because all of us, we have a track record of having gone through thick and thin and survived. And because we have all gone through one thing or the other at some point in our life, because life happens, and we survived. Because why? When we are challenged, we dig deep to look for strength and to fight back. And we all have fought back in so many different occasions and survived. So we are champions. And I like to say resilient champions, because we know that we celebrate champions, but we don't celebrate ourselves because we don't think that we are champions. Meanwhile, we are all resilient champions. So we have to learn how to celebrate ourselves.
Hey, Coach, sorry. If I drop off, just carry on. This is the beauty of having a co-host. Sometimes my internet, yeah.
Oh no, that's
just run along with it. Hey,
that's
yeah. Hey, Rebecca, thank you so much. Yeah, Selena is saying hi to you, Coach Mary. Selena, I think it's
hi, Selena. Hi, everybody. Goga knows. Goga knows that that technology is not my very good friend.
TWP Popcorn, thank you so much. Yeah, these are amazing. The amazing family of Coach Mary Ma. So I see all of you from my live stream. So it's easy. I can bring it to attention. Diana Wangui, thank you so much. Nice to see you.
That's the beauty of technology.
Samuel, thank you so much as well. Samuel, the traveler, who is I think in Tanzania. Samuel, did you get out of Tanzania safely because you didn't have a passport or visa? Anyway, to be continued. It's always important for me to know some of these things because I've been seeing the content they are posting. Thank you so much. Roxanne 59, we see you. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, so carry on, Coach Mary Ma, then I will get you on my first question.
So talking about my research process in your personal development, it's just a reminder, because these are the things that we do, but when we are challenged, we tend to forget that we can fight back, that we can reset, that we can start again. Or sometimes we think that we have failed in something and that's the end of the life. Meanwhile, like we say, have compassion on yourself. And even if you have failed 1,000 times, press the reset button and give yourself 1,000 more second chances. And when I talk about reset in my 5-step process to restart your life or to reinvent yourself, I'm talking to people who think that they have failed and that there's nothing more they can do with their lives because they have given up. Meanwhile, when you use reset, you dig in the resilience within you for the R, you will find that you can stand it. You can stand again. You can start again. You can find answers because you have been challenged several times and you have survived. And so even if you're going through any challenge now, you can still survive. You just need to flex those resilience muscles and then you can reset. And then education. Education is so important. And when we talk about education, like we always say, it's not you taking your books to go to school. It's not only that. There is formal, there is informal education. There is self-education, there is education that you can learn from other people. So when we are talking about education in personal development, the first thing is to unlearn your limiting beliefs. You'll be surprised when we say education means for you to learn something, but sometimes in personal development, especially, it means you have to unlearn those limiting beliefs that are stopping you from doing great things. Sometimes you want to, like, I want to talk about entrepreneurship in in francophone Africa, because the way the French colonized and brought their culture was just to tell us that the most important thing for you is to go to school, get a certificate, and work in an office. And do you know how many talents and creativity they killed because they discouraged professional education? Absolutely. They discouraged entrepreneurship. And they thought because they think that because they wanted to make us believe that we couldn't be entrepreneurs. And that was anyway their own way of keeping us poor and keeping us dependent on them. So you have to unlearn some of these limiting beliefs. You can become a successful entrepreneur today because why? You have coaches, you have mentors, you have a lot of people that you can learn from. And most of this learning, you can have them free of charge online. You have the internet. That is one of the biggest opportunities that we have today. I'm talking about we in Africa. We can learn so many things from the internet. So when we talk about education, Africans, I'm talking about Africa, my dear motherland, my dear fatherland. Let us unlearn our limiting beliefs. Let us learn from the people who are succeeding. Let's copy what they are doing, adapt it to our own realities, and replicate and become successful too. Every one of us can be successful. And you know that we are so intelligent in Africa. I can tell you, because when I have lived with people from worldwide, and when we live and learn in the conditions that we learn in, I can say it unequivocally that when Africans come to learn in the North or in Europe, they excel. Why? Because the learning conditions back home are so difficult that when we come here, it's so easy. Like, oh my goodness, how can you have an exam and you just cross A or B? All the answers are there. Oh my goodness.
Like multiple choice questions and stuff.
Thank you so much, dear Diana. I am so grateful. And so we Africans are so intelligent. So let's unlearn all the things that they are making us to believe that we cannot learn and grow and succeed. We can learn, we can grow, we can succeed, we can become accomplished entrepreneurs. We have a lot of uprising African entrepreneurs now, a lot more people. We are raising awareness that we are on a campaign to tell our brothers and sisters that we can also be rich and that we can learn from success stories, adapt
Yes.
the processes, replicate them, and get our own success. So, education here is on learning our limiting beliefs, learning the new things that can help us to grow, and even relearning to use our own practices that the colonial masters came and told us that they were not good enough. Look at when you see today, they are talking about solar panels. When did we use solar panels in Africa? Egyptians used them more than 300 years ago. But they are talking about it today as if it's a new discovery.
It's a new.
And I'm telling you, and so one day I saw, like a few months ago, I saw some video and they say breaking news. They have made bitter leaf into a tablet and they were giving all the good things that you get and the vitamins and all the qualities in bitter leaf. And do you know, I was just talking with my mother on the phone. I told my mother that, do you know that this bitter leaf that we ate in the village, we eat bitter leaf the day that we don't have real vegetables. So bitter leaf is like not the first vegetable that you eat. This is something that we've been eating a long time in Africa. And then most often, like the ladies, when you had cramps, you just squeeze the bitter leaf and drink that bitter water, and you are good to go. You don't need any tablets and anything. So those are some of the things that we have to relearn. All those good things that we use natural things in our environment, and we shouldn't even be complex when they tell us we are so poor, we live on less than $2 a day. They forget to add that we live on less than $2 because we cultivate and grow more than 95% of the things that we eat. So if you already have them in your farm, why will you go and buy them? You don't need a lot of money.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So we should really learn to be proud of our culture, to be proud of who we are. Look at today, everybody wants to be a gardener, but we grew up as farmers and they thought that we were suffering. But we were growing what we ate and we knew what we were eating, because you go to your farm, you harvest, you come and you know what is entering in your pot and you know what you're cooking. And so that's the education part. And then when we go to the S, the strategy, like we said, when you do something in the same way and over and you don't succeed, change the way you're doing them. Like when they tell us that, no, let's go to school, get certificates and work. How many, when you do you realize that most often the civil servants back home, once they retire, they don't live long again, because they are so stressed, because they have been put in that box and all of that. So time to change strategy. We have the internet, we can learn from all the success stories, we have mentors, we have coaches, we have so many people who are ready to teach us how to grow and how to become better and how to get abundance and how to get money. We can be rich in Africa, and we have a lot of Africans who have proven that. So now it's time to change strategy. No more going to school just to have a certificate. Tap into your natural talents and develop them, because everything can bring you money. You know, before the footballers started going professional and bringing money, let me talk about Cameroon. If your child was good at sports, my goodness, that was a black sheep of the family. They will say, oh, this one doesn't want to go to school, they want to do sport. And let's talk about the Kenyans that have made their mark at world stages in the marathons. When they talk about marathon, there's nothing that they will not talk 1, 2, 3 without counting Kenyans, Ethiopians. So we have all those natural gifts that can make us rich, which we were used. They were told us that no, these are not important, and we were accepted. Now it's time to change strategy. Look for the things that you are gifted with and that can bring you money, and do them very well. You will have the money. And then we go to the E for education. Education for experience, sorry. The second E is for experience. My goodness. How many times have they told us that experience is the best teacher? Because why? Experience is life. Life gives us the test, then we learn the lesson. When we go to school, they teach us the lesson and they give us the test. Which one are you going to remember more? Where you were, you had the test before the lesson, or where you had, and that's why life experiences, people don't forget them, because you get that test and then you learn the lesson. Meanwhile, when you go to school, they teach you and then you write the exams. How many of us can remember the things we wrote in our certificate exams? Because we just read the notes and went and memorized and we passed the exams. But the experiences that you get from life, most often they leave you with a scar, and you always see it and you always remember. And that's why they say experience is the best teacher. So the experience we are talking about here is the lessons from all our challenges and the lessons from other people's challenges, because we learn from our own experiences, from other people's experiences. You know, this person experienced this thing that time and this is how they solved it. That person experienced that, because you can't live all the different experiences, but we can learn from different people's lessons from their own experiences to grow and to become better. And the training here, it goes with the education, but mostly training, like for us, we need training in lots of life skills and training in the new technology, because whether we like it or not, we are in the era of new technology. Sometime ago, they said, when internet started, they said the information age. And they said those who have information will be rich and powerful, and those who do not have information will become more and more impoverished, and which was true. And then now we have the technology. It's not only the information, it's information technology. So we can sit here, you are in Kenya, we are talking, there are people from all over the globe, we are sharing together. And this is a big opportunity. Train yourself. Like me, I am training to use these new technologies to enhance what I'm doing, because all the talking that I'm doing is not useful if I don't share it with people who can also learn and do theirs. So you identify the training that you need to be able to enhance your skill so that it will be profitable and you will make money from it. And so look, the 5-step process that I call it, you can, maybe you have just to use one of them. Maybe where you are, you need to combine 2 or 3 or all of them. They are not difficult. They are things that we do every day, but we have to be conscious and focused and aware, because we want directed action so as to get the results that we want, so that as to reach our goals. Knowledge is power. We should be on top of this technology, especially what is happening with artificial intelligence right now. And I'm so happy, Spam, that you brought that up, because the good thing about this artificial intelligence and the good thing about information technology, what do they say? Garbage in, garbage out. So it depends on what we put into the technology. And this is the opportunity for Africans, us, to tell our own story from our own perspective. because the things that people told about us were totally distorted. This is our opportunity to tell our own stories the way they are and the way they were, and so feed that artificial intelligence with the right information, so that when people come to their when people log into their computers or Google whatever, the information that is coming should be relevant and should be truthful and should be by the people who lived it and not by somebody who heard the story. You remember when they always tell us that when you tell somebody a story, did you hear that this person did this? When the person will go and relate it to the next person, they will add salt. The other one will go and relate and add pepper. The other one, by the time they relate it to 10 people, the story is completely different. But when you tell your own story, and that's why they say the power of you telling your own story, Bec- because when other people are telling their stories, it's one-sided. They are telling it from their own perspective. But when you tell it, you're telling it from your own perspective. And so we have the opportunity to put into that technology authentic African stories by Africans who know
Thank
what happened and who know what it is.
Thank you so much, Coach Mary, because I like what I was taking notes and I was just trying to help anybody who else is taking notes here. So the reset program is a combination of five key things, which is resilience, education, strategy, experience, and training. And you can either pick. I like what you said about you can pick what is more relevant here, but I like one thing you said is that we are all resilient in a way because we've navigated through something. So it's a given. And I think for me what resonates with me more is experience, because I think from experience is where you're able to actually now take stock and take the lessons. And based on that, let me just say hi to a few people real quick. Jason and Gina, welcome to the live. Thank you so much for coming in. Black and Kisses, my channel member, is here. Delisha from Sri Lanka, nice to see you. Andy Darwin, I thought I saw Andy here. Andy all the way. Thank you so much, Andy, for popping in. Nice to see you. Roxanne, we see you there. Thank you so much, Roxanne. Mira Effect, it is really a pleasure having you on the broadcast. I met Mira Effect yesterday when we were at Latoya's live stream, so it is really nice to see Mira Effect here. Thank you so much, Mira, for popping in. Zara Image, thank you so much for coming in. Anjali Chetri, my amazing sister from India. It is a beautiful seeing you here as well. Gina, I know you're going to have lunch, but yeah, we are still here. We are still here. We are still here. Hi, Spam. I like how Coach Mary said hi to Spam. That is Lily. She's just messing with me because there's a whole story. I will tell you about it, Coach Mary, somewhere in the course of the conversation, why she's called herself Hi Spam. Um, yeah, what Joram is saying, change the strategy, and I'm glad you guys are picking the notes. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. If you have any question for Coach Merima on any of these 5 steps, on the 5-step program of reset, please feel free to drop them on the chat. I'm able to spot them, and then I can highlight them for her in case you need an answer from her. Otherwise, yeah, we've been given a new name. We are resilient champions. We are resilient champions. Coach Merima is saying, thank you very much, resilient champions. I love it. I love it. Hey, Lobito, how you doing, Lobito? Alisa's Adventures in Cruising. Nice to see you are still here. Goga, I love your live stream. Every single live stream with it's you with other YouTubers. You're Adilisha, you're making now. You're going to make my head swell. Yeah, it's an opportunity to like learn. It's always an opportunity to learn, as Coach Merima just said. And sometimes when you open space for learning, there's always something the next person knows that you don't know. And maybe that is what is going to maybe take you to the next level. So I always appreciate having people coming up and just sharing their knowledge. And that's why we all needed Coach Mary to be here and just, share with us her wisdom. So Coach Mary, I'm just going to steer you slightly away from not really very far from the 5-step program. But how then do you apply this reset button? Because I like the acronym reset, resilient, educate yourself, get a strategy, find experience, take stock based on your experience, and then training. So how do you put this in action? Like, what do you tell the people who come to you who need like personal development? How do you like? I know you can't give us, of course, the whatever, but how do you like apply these 5 things um, in your life, just be able to like develop yourself? How do you combine them? I don't know. I'm sure you get what I'm asking.
No, thank you. It's you are on point, and I really appreciate that question. How do I apply it? If someone came to me like my clients, the first thing I always do with my clients is to self-awareness assessment, and I use a SWOT analysis for you
Okay.
to know who you are. And SWOT, like in SWOT, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And so, why do I use a SWOT analysis? Like, I learned a lot from my NGO background. They always do a SWOT analysis for any project or for any objective that they have. And what does, hi Nikki, everyone, thank you so much. So what's a SWOT analysis? It helps you to analyze your strengths. And I have a series of questions that I ask, and then you can use those questions to analyze, to identify your strengths. What are the things that I do at ease without any stress? What are the things that I just do? Like me, if you tell me to write like 20 pages a day, I give you 20 pages a day. So writing for me is one of my strengths. So when you come, the best way that I do is for you to do your SWOT analysis. And then when you finish analyzing your strengths, and as all, I have a series of questions that help you to reflect and bring out all those qualities in you. Because most often we don't question ourselves. And what I really want to raise awareness on is say, hi awareness with Sugar Mama and everyone else. I am missing a lot of you because I'm just
Yeah.
concentrated on.
Let me just
So
yeah. So if you're joining us from Coach Mary Maz, she's on my channel, but she's able to share her stream. So you can just type hi to her. I will highlight it for her from my channel. She's able to see it. So I can see Frugal Mama there. I can see Everyday Life of course. This chick. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm able to highlight the messages for her to be able to see them.
thank
Even
you
if you are
so
on
much,
that other.
Goga. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
carry
Goga.
on.
Yes.
Coach Mary.
So we're talking about the SWOT analysis and the different questions that will help you to identify your strengths. And then you identify your weaknesses. Thank you so much, Mercy's Empire. Absolutely. And so when you analyze all your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities around you, and the threats, then now you are more prepared to be able to focus on the things that you need to grow, because you are doing this analysis because you want to identify your talents and the potentials that you have and use them. You are not only identifying them, you are identifying them to use them to grow and to become successful and to become better. So when you identify your strengths, you know that these are the things that I can do, and then your weaknesses will show you the things that you need help with. So when you see the things that you are weak at, one of my weaknesses is the tech appliances and stuff. So I know that even as I am strong in writing, if I need to package my writings in any form, I will look for a coach, an expert in that area. So if I didn't do this analysis, I wouldn't know which are my weaknesses and what I need help with. So the weaknesses is not for you to sit there and lament. And sometimes people think that you have to identify your weaknesses so as to go and learn them. That is a very overwhelming approach because you cannot learn everything. Leave it to the experts. There is expert in every field. find your own field where you are expert in and ask for help. Source out the work to the people who are experts in, and they will do a good job for you. So so when you find your weaknesses, is to know the type of help that you want, and then identify where to get the best of that type of help. The opportunities, what are the opportunities around me? Like we are saying, the information age and technology, this is a great opportunity that we have to use. And I'm so proud of you all, especially because when I say I'm so proud of every one of my African brothers and sisters who live in Africa and who have content online. I am so proud of you. I celebrate you. I appreciate the work you're doing, because technology and connectivity is so challenging back home. But what do many people do? Instead of creating content, they are there consuming. There are people who consume content. They are on YouTube for hours upon hours. I'm not saying that it's bad, but it's also better when you consume and also produce. Hi, Alimatu, you're so welcome from Kuwait. So when you consume, also produce, bring value and stuff. And so when you look at all of these things put together, you will see that it is possible. It is possible. But when you do the SWOT analysis, there are threats. There are threats that will disturb you. And the best thing about doing your personal development journey and being self-aware is to identify those threats, which most often are things that you cannot control. They are out of your sphere of control. And so you audit that out and you don't spend any energy there. So you concentrate on the things that are within your sphere of control and concentrate on the things that you can source out. And because, like, when we are talking about where this global inflation is going to kill everyone, if you spend your whole day thinking about how inflation is going to kill people and stuff, you are just wasting your time, because it doesn't depend on you. You can do your own little part to try to solve the problem, but it's so big a problem that it's not worth your energy and time. And that's why it is so important for you to do this analysis, to see the things that will waste your time and energy, and you don't concentrate on those. You concentrate on the things that will make you grow and the things that will help you to become better, because your objective is to become better every new day than you were the day before. And you can do that. So when people come to me, that is the first approach that we use. So when you do this SWOT analysis, now you have identified the things that you want to, that you have identified your strengths and how you can pick on the things that you can do and enhance and become successful.
100%. Thank you so much, Coach. Just let me just acknowledge Caroline within this amazing blessing here. Thank you so much,
Carol.
Carol. Thank you so much for the blessing. Your pots never run dry, Carol. Thank you so much for the amazing blessing. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Pahanelia, nice to see you. Emerge Kenya, it's really beautiful. How you doing, Robert? Thank you so much for popping in. I thought I saw there's somebody else I saw that I've not said hi to them, and it's nice to see them. Alimatu says, thank you so much, Alimatu. Really beautiful. Alimatu is like very special to me as a sister, because she really held my hand through the monetization process. That is 1 year ago.
Okay,
so
in Kuwait. No, she's doing an amazing job creating awareness.
Yeah. She's a very solid person, guys. If you don't have Alimatu Sadia vlogs, run there. Winnie Shiko, thank you so much for coming in, Winnie Shiko. I thought I saw Pahan Elia. Pahan Elia is a monk based in Sri Lanka as well. Thank you so much, Pahan, for joining. I really appreciate your presence. Winnie Shiko, nice to see you again on my space. First time I'm seeing you on the live stream. Thank you so much for popping in. Thank you for joining me and Coach Mary Ma. RX Nails, thank you so much, RX Nails. I saw RX Nails earlier. Tamika Davis, thank you so much. Tamika Davis has to step out. Tamika Davis, RX Nails, these are like our mutual friends. Buddy Biggs, how you doing? Buddy Biggs, nice to see you. Buddy Biggs, I was also having a live stream before I came up on the panel. Nice to see you, Buddy Biggs, also in the States. Yeah, so I like how you've given that amazing, like, you've woven that nice tapestry of how you can do a SWOT analysis. And I like how you're basing them on ourselves as particular, as individuals, and not like, the broader organization-wide SWOT analysis you always sometimes do, or the academic one. Because right now, when you're just speaking, I was thinking of what are some of the opportunities I have, what is my weakness, what is the threat, what is especially the current threat I have that was my self-development, and I can already just map it in my head, and I'm like, wow. And I'm feeling some type of way, Coach Mary, and I have to be vulnerable when I say this. I feel very exposed because I don't like the truth when I admit it to myself. Like, what is the threat? Like, or what is, it's not something I can say out loud. It's actually making me feel uncomfortable in a way. And I think, isn't that the whole essence of growth? Sometimes, like, sometimes when you have to like ask some of these questions, they are not comfortable, because for us to like seek personal development, I'm assuming you are looking for a different or a desired state. You're not happy with the current state of things. So when I was just doing that quick SWOT in my head, I'm like, I don't like what I'm saying in my brain. So do you face this with the clients, and then how do people approach you then? Because that's also a great opportunity because I'm assuming that's like a vocation as well, like your job or something. Can also be a good point to slide it in there.
No, you can't. You can send me a message on Instagram, or I have a buy me a coffee page, and just send me a message, and then we can have a clarity call, and then we can see if we can work together. But I'm glad you said sometimes it's challenging to do this SWOT analysis, because there are certain truths about ourselves that we don't want to hear, or that we don't want to we have some blind spots that we don't want people to know about, or whatever. But it's for you, and that's why it's so important, because it's for you, and you are your own competition. So you are not doing it for somebody, you are not competing with somebody, it's for you. And that's why when you are doing this analysis, you can really ask for feedback. Ask for feedback from people that you respect, and people that you trust, that will give you constructive criticism. So there's criticism when they tell you, when I say constructive, I don't want to call it constructive criticism, but that's the word. They will tell you the things that you are weak at, but not in the way as to denigrate you, but to just show you that you are a normal human being. You cannot be all around perfect. And so when you do this analysis, you can ask for feedback from people who know you, who you trust. When I say people you trust, it means somebody whom you know that is there for your well-being. That's somebody that when they talk about you, they are promoting your well-being. It's not like people who criticize you, oh no, look, she's this, you are that and that. No, you are asking for feedback from somebody who can tell you in your face, and whom you know that you can trust, and that they have your good, they have like your growth in mind. So they are doing they are giving you the sorry I was trying to
Well,
look for a video. I did a video on the SWOT analysis, and I put it in my chat.
okay. I can share it out. Don't worry. I'll get
Yes, I put
to
it in my
it.
chat, and I'm putting that video there because it has all some a few questions. It's true that when you are working with me, we go more deep, but that video, it gives you a lot of those questions that you can reflect on, and you can work on your own. You can use that video to do your own SWOT analysis, and with a lot of questions there. So I'm saying that when you are doing your SWOT analysis, you ask for feedback, but you ask for feedback from the people that you trust, who you know that they have your well-being in mind. Because as we know, it's not everybody that has our well-being in mind. That's human nature, that's natural, but it is our job to identify them. He said, I have told him
Yeah,
he's very tough with certain things. I do feel he struggles to say no. So I know certain people will come and ask you something and genuinely want that help to improve. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because when you when you are, like they say, we are all called to serve. We serve in everything that we do. We serve our families, we serve in our workplace, we serve our communities. And one of the things that I've learned, having lived for more than half a century, sometimes serve people, just give them value. You are not expecting them to pay you back, but you are doing it because you want to leave your legacy of that person, that when people tell their stories, their success stories, they will remember your name. You are not making it to have a big name, but you just want to fulfill your purpose on earth. And so when you are doing your analysis, and we call it your personal development, it is for you, and you are doing it because you want to develop, you want to grow. And most often, like we say, mindset is everything. Like when we come to, I really would commend everybody in this space, because everybody in this space has a growth and open mindset. If not, we will not be here. We are here because we want to learn, we want to share experiences, we want to collaborate, and all of that. So when you have that growth mindset, you are open to learn, and you can learn from anybody and from anything, from any situation. I always say it, and I will say it again today. Whenever I do anything, I never fail. I either win or I learn. I don't call it a failure, I call it learnings. So if I win, I celebrate. If I don't win, I still celebrate, because I have learned why I failed. And one of the real things about personal development, always ask yourself questions. Hey, don't hurt the harvest. You're so welcome. I love you, girl. So learn to ask yourself questions. Learn to always dialogue with yourself. And that's how you know yourself, by asking those questions. And when you keep asking questions, you will keep having the answers. And so, like that video, if you watch it, you can sit down and really take down notes and do your own analysis. Then if you need extra help, send me a direct message on Instagram. I will give you the help that you need, because we are in the process of collecting good people who want to improve, who want to grow. And like I say, most often, the help that we ask for, we don't need to pay for it. Just ask. There will be so many amazing people out there who are ready to help you to the level that you didn't even imagine.
Uh, coach, coach, let me just interrupt you a bit. I always feel happy when I see O'Neill, and O'Neill is important, guys, because O'Neill is the guy who got me to 1K, by the way, back in the day. So O'Neill is the person who rounded off my numbers on YT Streets, and he made me test 1K. So he's always has a special place in this channel. I know I was reading the chat. Pahan Elia from Sri Lanka is wondering why I'm not giving people jackets and blue. I clarified this like a few weeks back. I'm not a growth channel. So what happens when I give you a jacket, it's privilege. It's privilege because I feel maybe you need it or something like that. We've worked so hard with my supermod Alex to ensure Nightbot is working optimally, to ensure that we don't have to have drama with the blue and everything, because I'm getting into a lot of trouble with YT because of this blue drama, blue jackets and things like that. So yeah, so and I made a decision, and I said I know I'm going to lose a lot of people in the way, but sometimes you have to make, in the spirit of personal development, sometimes there'll be casualties, and it's just what it is. It's just what it is. So yeah, let me just clarify and put it out there. Thank you so much for that. Hey, Momolicious, how you doing? Momolicious, my channel member is here. Thank you so much, Momo. Clement Tresha, nice to see you. India is like saying to coach, wow, great feedback and advice, Mary. Thank you so much. That is from India with the good vibes. No, Onil, I have to mention you. I'm always very happy when I see you. Latoya, thank you so much. Latoya Dali, thank you so much for popping into the live stream. Welcome. Let me see. Who have I not said hi to? I'm giving the coach a bit of time just to don't hurt the harvest. Welcome, Google Mama. All those people are watching from Coach Mary Ma's channel. Please give her a thumbs up on the other side. We are on my channel on this other side, but yeah, she's able to stream from the other side. So give her that support also on the other side. And if you feel like you need to get out of here briefly, go get some fresh air, you can rush to Coach Mary Ma's channel, see what she has there. It is on the pinned link on the top of this chat. You can just go to her channel there. You'll get that video on SWOT. Look at it. I've watched, I think I was watching it this morning, and it's a very detailed. She explains it very nicely, so you'll be able to follow it very easily. And if you don't have her, you can also check her out on Instagram. I'm going to drop her Instagram socials like very shortly, so don't worry about it. Imagine Kenya is telling you, coach, that he is so motivated. He's so motivated. And then Caroline is saying, we understand, Goga, you're protecting your brand is important. Yes, it's very important to protect. I'm changing a lot of things on the channel, so you'll be seeing a lot of huge changes like in the next couple of months. It's just because I'm also going through a lot of transition at the moment, so I just need to make sure that I'm comfortable enough that when I finally find stability in my life, at least things will be running, and I won't abandon the channel and just run, So that's why I'm changing a lot of things to ensure that it's self-sustainable. The channel is sustainable on its own, and it's very important. Wild Rich, nice to see you. Thank you so much. Wagwan Miji, thank you so much all the way from Jamaica. Wild Rich, nice to see you. Yes. Yeah. What is a blue moderator really? Anyway, carry on. Let's continue because I want to ask Coach Mary Ma something to steer us. So Coach Mary Ma has given us some very nice acronym. If you forget everything else she has said today, just remember this word: reset. Reset is the 5-step program that talks about resilience, education, and I will ask you this at the end of the live stream. I'm going to have a giveaway. If you don't remember any of these things, I will ask you what is the fourth part of the program. If you can't remember, you're going to miss out on the giveaway. So I'm going to have a giveaway. Let me make it like important. It's like an exam. Now you guys have to remember. So those 5 steps: resilience, education, strategy, experience, and training. I will ask a question just based on one of those things and on what exactly Coach Mary Ma said, and then we'll see who is going to win. I will tell you what the gift is going to be. Momo is already asking, what are you giving us? You first of all read the notes, and then you can come and ask what I'm going to give you. That is so funny. Now you can already tell these are the people who used to be in school bothering the teacher. I'm not going to answer that question until you tell me what gift I'm getting. I shall not be blackmailed. Momo, leave me alone. It is so funny. Yeah, I will disclose the gift later on. So I want to just when we talk about reset now, we are getting to a time of the year where again, we're already halfway through 2023. Pretty much we are getting halfway through 2023. Some of us set goals. Some can be unrealistic, some can be very realistic and manageable. We set goals, and for me, when I look at the reset, I'm thinking of goals I set in terms of my experience. I started the year on a very rough note, to be honest. Like there was a lot of transition at work, and when you're talking about public service in Africa, I was like I need to see this lady privately because she's attacking me here. But yeah, and I think that is the best teacher, because if somebody triggers you that way, then there's something need to have that conversation. So I was making some transition in that respect. I had to change offices, move in, office politics and things like that. So when I look at that aspect of, we are right halfway through the year, I feel I've not been able to like achieve certain things I needed to achieve or tick certain boxes, especially when it comes to experience. I've accumulated enough training, but I'm not applying this particular training, especially for an experience that would actually tap into the optimal use of this particular training. So as we reset and we get into the last half of the year, to those of us who set particular goals, there are people, the continent about how jobs are very hard to come by. People go to the universities, they get degrees, but a degree doesn't necessarily mean you'll get a job. It's not the same anymore. You find that somebody has a degree, but they're doing something very manual, that doesn't even like support their family or something like that. So in this period where we are resetting to the last half of the year, you had set particular goals, and let's say the strategy has not worked. Let's say maybe you have the education, but maybe the strategy that you had put in place has not worked. Let's say you have the training, as you put it, but then as much as you have the training, it's not being tapped into the kind of experience you envisioned at the beginning of the year. What Or even here in YouTube, let's just talk about YouTube, because YouTube is very familiar to most people. People are content creators here. They were looking to get maybe 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, which is a lot of work, to be honest. But then they forget that the part of the videos, editing, creating, even if you're not so good on technology, that is experience building up in the space. If I'm to just play around with these words of reset, what will you say to somebody maybe who has not really seen the goals that they had set at the beginning of the year materialize at this particular point? And what is the best way forward as a personal development coach? For now, they need to navigate the half of the year, because then at the end of the year, we'll be making again new goals and resolutions, and then they're not necessarily going to be achieved. So, what would you like advice in this respect?
Yeah, those are so many things. I will start by telling you that I was a civil servant too before going to work with NGOs. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking from
Yes.
experience. And the good thing about all of what we are doing, like, let me not even talk about YouTube. YouTube is a whole school of patience, a school of
Yes.
tenacity. You don't even know what will go viral on YouTube. And so it's a lot of things. It's a separate school on its own. And so you just have to keep the grind and keep learning the new things and looking at the successful people, what they are doing, and try to replicate them and adapt them to your own niche and to your own channel. So that's what I can say about YouTube. That's what I'm doing, and that's how I am. But collaboration is really very helpful in YouTube for your YouTube growth. When you collaborate, look like now you are meeting my audience, I am meeting your audience, and collaboration plays a key role in growth in YouTube. But coming to our individual goals that we set, and that now we think that we are at the middle of the year and we have not achieved what we set out to achieve. Coming back to treating, like I would say, I am going to take everybody into the NGO world. Treat your life like a project cycle.
Good.
And like the NGOs do, you adapt it to yourself. And what do I mean here? Monitoring and evaluation is an integral part of the project cycle in the NGOs, which means in the NGOs, every beginning of year, they have a yearly work plan. But they don't wait till December to evaluate if that plan has given the results that they wanted. And so what do? They do monitoring. They monitor every day to see if the activities that they are taking are giving the results that they want at the end of the year. And that's how we should also treat our lives. We have set goals. It's true that A lot of times we set goals, and that's why they say it's not only setting goals, but set smart goals that they are realistic, attainable. And when you set those smart goals, the goals are there to just guide you. Like we say, hi, hands in the dirt, thank you so much for stopping by. I greatly appreciate you. So, like they say, when you set your goals, they are smart, which means they are specific, measurable, they are achievable, they are realistic, and they are time bound. But you don't wait till the end of the year. When I set my goals, for example, I have a goal for the year, but I also break them down into monthly goals, which I also break them into weekly targets. And each of my weekly targets, I break them to daily tasks. So you need that to break them that to that little to the list. So you break all your global goal into monthly goals. What do I want to achieve every month? What do I want to achieve every week? What is my target every week? And what are the tasks that I have to do daily to get to my target? But the good thing is, you are not competing with anybody. You are competing with yourself to become better every new day. And what does that mean to you? If tomorrow I didn't achieve the task that I set to achieve today, that's fine. The good thing is you realize that you have not achieved them. Start again. Go over them. And so it's not like you have to hold yourself in a prison and so no. Your competition is with you. You want to be better every new day. Even if you didn't achieve those things that you set out to achieve, start again. Keep going and keep getting up each time you fall. So that's why you are monitoring and evaluating. You're not waiting till the end of the week to see what did I accomplish this week. No, at the end of every day, you have to ask yourself, how was my day? What did I achieve? What did I bring value in? The things that I did today, are they really in accordance with what I really wanted to achieve? You are not going to kill yourself because of things with out of your sphere of control. You didn't achieve your goals or your task for that day. No, you're just going to keep going. You readjust and keep going. Every time, readjust and keep going. So, this is June, and we are getting to the second half of the year. If you have not achieved the goals that you wanted, just do your evaluation and ask yourself, why didn't I achieve these goals? And identify the things that stopped you or that challenged you. And look at these things that challenged you. Are they things that I can correct myself, or do I need help? And ask for the help. And more importantly, find the things that you wasted your time on, which are not useful. And I call them energy audits. And my energy audit includes even people. If there are some people in my life that they are stopping me from doing the things that I wanted to do, I audit them out. Audit them
Wait,
out.
wait,
I don't give them that much time. I know that
Coach Mary,
sometimes.
I'm very curious about this energy audit because I think it's a very hot thing. And just let me just take this moment also to acknowledge O'Neill for the amazing. May your pot never run dry. O'Neill, thank you so much for the blessing.
Amen.
And Ayman Rich, my channel member, is also here. Thank you so much, Ayman bro, for coming in. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're rested. Thank you so much, Ayman. Jerusha Mombo, nice to see you. Don't hurt the harvest. All these amazing people are on Coach Mary Mars channel. Thank you so much for keeping her company there. She's engaged here, so if she doesn't say hi to you on the other side, it's because she's here. So just type something and then I will try my best to highlight it for her so that she can acknowledge your message if you're watching her from the other side. Energy audit, Coach Mary Ma. We need to understand. Anagbai, thank you so much, Anagbai, my other channel member. I really appreciate you. Anna, thank you so much. energy audit. So we have to do an energy audit and weed out those people who are not. I mean, I'm very curious. How do you how do you assess this?
So when you do your, because you are monitoring and evaluating your progress,
Yes.
you are identifying the things that are stopping you from progressing. And those things might be people, or it might be money or things. I know that it sounds so cruel to say you should audit out people from your life, but
Yes.
because sometimes those people are family members, it maybe it's your spouse or it's your colleagues or your children. You can't just carry them and pack them in one room and say, okay, stay there, I'm not going to interact with you again. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, if the people who are really getting all your energy and draining you are not giving you time and energy to do the work on your goals, auditing them means, like, if they are family members, you now know that each time they are bringing a conversation, you just get to cut the conversation in 10 minutes and tell them, okay, I have something to do. You just know how to manage the time that you spend around them. You don't, like, if the family has a absolutely, energy vampires, they are everywhere. So when you identify, the thing is, you identify the things that are sucking your energy and stopping you from growing. And then now you adjust the way you interact or the way you mingle and tangle with those things and those people. So if sometimes if it's somebody that, well, is not really close family person or something, if it's a colleague in the office who is really draining your energy all the time, you can concentrate on your work and really not pay attention to what they're doing, or not take, like, what they are doing is their business, so long as it doesn't interfere in your work. So this audit means you just have to identify the things that are draining your energy, and then you spend less time on those things, and then you spend more time on the things that are helping you to grow. So it's not like you can't weed people out and stuff, but you can control the quantity of time that you want to give them, because you don't want to give them 10 hours of your 24 hours every day.
Ooh.
And
It's
like, we are talking about mental health month, we didn't talk a lot about it, but mental
yeah.
health is not even just a 1 month thing in the month of May. It's a continuous thing, and the greatest help you can get yourself to be mentally stable is this energy audit. You have to protect yourself, because nobody is coming to do it for you. You are your own rescue, like my coach will say. Nobody is coming to do it for you. You have to watch out for you, because you are your own best friend, you are your own hero. So you have to keep yourself. It's your responsibility to do everything within your power to keep your mind cool, stable, and out of any overwhelm and any stress.
You have a comment from
Absolutely.
Don't Touch the Habits.
Don't hurt the
Edit
habits.
them.
Edit them. Because at the end of the day, when you break down, it's you. All they can tell you is, oh, well, I'm really sorry about it. They don't know that they are the cause, but you are the one now who is suffering. Hi, Juba, you're welcome. So you have to, because it's your responsibility. Your well-being is your responsibility. And so you have to put in every effort to make it work.
Edited this. Goga is Carol Gidindi, my super chatter says, Goga, if I notice you are an energy vampire, I run away fast. Not in a bad way, but some people keep draining you, and if given solutions, they don't follow them up but keep bugging you. Wow. Okay.
Absolutely. So you have to know, what quantity of my time am I ready to give to this person?
Hmm.
And
Energy.
that's it. But if you are not aware that they are the people who are draining your energy, you will not even know how to manage your time around them. That's why you have to be, awareness is so capital. You have to be aware of all these things. Absolutely. You have to be aware of all these things. Like, one of my coaches will tell you, you have to focus on what is important for you. Focus. Follow your own commitments on the things that are important for you. Because why? They would, when you don't succeed, they are the ones who will say you are a failure, and they will not remember that they contributed to your failure. So it's you that is being judged, and then that brings you back to taking your responsibility. So when you say you're auditing the energy around you, and even the people around you that are draining your energy, it's not a selfish thing. You are just protecting your peace so that you can progress and then bring more value to your family. Miro says, as I always say, I let someone determine how I treat them. Yeah, that's true. If they don't merit all the time that you give them, don't give them. I can sense what you're eating my energy and I run fast. I have to protect that energy. Absolutely. Because it's only you who is there for you first. The other people, if they are coming to help you, it's a bonus. But you are your own responsibility first off. So when you think that you have every time, like we say, always do the monitoring and the evaluation. Monitoring means you follow up on the activities every day. At the end of the day, just take 5 minutes. How was my day? Don't wait for your spouse to come and ask you how was your day. You have to be capable of asking yourself, how did I spend today? And then, thank you so much, Juba. We love you too. So, how did I spend today? And then you identify the things that you did, the ones that brought value, the things that you could have done differently. And most importantly, you are looking for the lessons. You are not looking for failure. Because when you concentrate on failure, you are putting your energy on the wrong things. When you are concentrating on the lesson, that is what is going to help you to grow. Because each time you want to restart, you are using your experiences from the past challenges. And that's what will help you to build back better.
Wow, you have an amazing, Coach Mary Ma, you have a blessing from your channel by OCD Chick. Thank you so much for that amazing blessing. Thank you so much, OCD Chick, for that amazing blessing to Coach Mary Ma's house. Let me
give her the pot. Give her the pot.
So Coach Mary Ma is like, give her the pot. That is so beautiful.
Give her the pot, please. Give her the pot.
Dry OCD Chick. I'm going to do that again because of the co-host. She has requested for it. It will be done. May your pot never run
so
dry.
Much. Thank you, everyone. We greatly appreciate you all. We are so happy because we are here to share and raise awareness, and we want to grow together because you can't do it alone. Collaboration is key, and that's why we are so blessed to have you all, and we are so grateful for your time, for all the energy, for all the participation and contribution. We are so grateful.
I like what hey Car, how you doing, Car? Thank you so much for popping in. Millie Nyibinya, thank you so much for popping in as well. Millie is amazing. Millie has not been on these whitey streets for a while, but I really appreciate seeing you here. Carol Giting is telling you that you're so sorry, she said you're so right. Most think I'm not empathetic, but I have learned the hard way, so I focus on the positive energy. This was like in respect to the energy vampire conversation you guys were discussing about. And
absolutely.
And I think I like that. Hands in the Dark saying have a great day. Thank you so much, Hands in the Dark. We really appreciate your presence as well. Hands in the Dark is on the other side of Coach Mary Ma. Oh my goodness, my channel member Anna has also like come through. Thank you so much. You guys have bought us a lot of tea today. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Let me give Anna the pot. Nana, let me do it again. I just like playing with this thing. Hold on. Thank you so much, Anagbaya, my amazing channel member.
I really love that pot. It's a very original idea.
I love it too. I will, if you need it, I can share it with you. I have it somewhere on. I can always share. More than happy to share. Jerusha Mombo, thank you so much. Hey, my Cheke, how you doing, my Cheke TV? Thank you so much. My Cheke is in the building. How you doing, my amazing sister? Thank you so much. She's my twin because we got monetized almost on I think the same week. We got monetized the same week. But I think people have taken very different parts and everything. So now this is very hard to meet on this YTCs, but it's so nice to see you, my Cheke. Thank you so much for coming in. Everybody loves the pot. Yeah, we also love the pot. Hey, Ruthie, how you doing, Ruthie? Is this and that? Ruthie, did you get your time? Did you get your? I think I finished your playlist. Did you get your milestone? Let me know, Ruthie. Let me know in the chat whether you got your monetization. Coach Merima, I beg to take a very brief commercial break just to run a bit. Maybe you can use it to stretch a bit. I'm going to just promote my my channel members when you take the break. It's about 2 minutes at most. We just leave this plain. You can take a bath break or whatever you need to do, and then we come back and we can wrap up maybe on the final because I know it's almost 2 hours. Yes, let's just walk a bit so that we get blood flowing. So guys, I'm just going to leave I'm going to promote did I play the pot for O'Neill? O'Neill also gave me I played the pot for O'Neill. O'Neill needs me to play the pot. O'Neill is also my super chatter, guys. I have to play the pot for him. Love it. Keep overflowing. We really appreciate the small blessing that you sent to us. You know, it is you may think it is very small, but just that goes a long way. Even your presence here on this live stream is not something that we take for granted. It really goes a long way to just ensure that whatever we are sharing here is something that is of value. So I'm just going to we are going to take a brief commercial break. This is important, just be able to just to reset a bit, and then we'll be back in about 2 minutes. I will send you the pot, Millie. Look for me privately if you want the pot. I appreciate you and everyone, Goga. I'm almost there. Thank you so much. Ruthie, how many, Ruthie? Let me know. I can, because last time I gave you 50. Let me know. I can round it off for you. Okay. So Coach Mary, feel free to take a small break. We'll be back, guys, in about a minute or so. But in the meantime, I will let my sponsors, I will just promote my sponsors so that you can connect with them. These are my channel members, so if you don't have, you can check. Guys, I'm so sorry about it. We are back. We are back. We are back. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying on. Tanisha, how are you doing, Tanisha? Welcome, 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 Tanisha. Thank you so much. We took, I think, a break, and I think it disappeared. Hey, motivational queen, welcome all the way from India. Thank you so much, my amazing sister. I really appreciate that. Um, yeah, everyone is enjoying Coach Mary Ma's amazing wisdom. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and thank you for your patience. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Song beats by Laura. How you doing, Laura? Welcome, welcome, Laura. You're singing amazing. I like the last song you're singing on your channel. It was so beautiful. We need to come and have you here. You come and sing for us some karaoke. I have the microphone. I'll get the music. Welcome, Tanisha. Thank you so much for in. Mira Effect as well. I really appreciate that. Mira Effect is telling Coach Mary Ma, respect for the gems. People need to hear these things. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Yes, we need to hear some of these things. Energy audit. Oof, that was like harsh. That was like tough, guys, but it was like very beautifully told. That was very beautifully told. I just want to ask Coach Mary Ma one question here on just going to project because I was taking down my notes. So, what are some of the effective techniques or exercises that you suggest, especially for individuals, to gain clarity and prioritize their goals for this final leg of the year? Other than, I know you've talked about the SWOT, I know you've talked about the energy audits. Are there any other effective exercises that you can actually recommend? And then, then I will ask the follow-up question.
I think the most important thing about your goals is to do constant monitoring, evaluating them, and seeing if the actions that you are taking are giving you the results. But the most important thing is to stay in action.
Yeah.
Stay in action is more important because if you don't act, nothing will happen. And so staying in action is your is your best bet, it's your best friend, it's your best activity. Stay in action no matter how small. Like they say, a journey of 1,000 steps starts with one step.
Yeah.
But if you don't take that first step and the next step, you will not be reducing the steps, you will be in the same place. So
That's true.
take action no matter how small. Take action and find help for the things that you cannot do, or when you have monitored and you have identified the things that are making you not to achieve your goals, find help. Find help. You can find a coach, you can find a mentor. In the community where we are, in this YouTube community, there are always people where you can ask help from. So don't think you can do it by yourself. If you have done it for the past 5 months by yourself and it is not giving you the results that you are wanting, ask for help. Ask for help from the people who you know can give you the help that you need. And that's why we say, if you don't do this analysis, if you don't monitor, if you don't evaluate, if you don't ask questions, why am I not getting my results? You will not even know what to do or what action to take next. So when you identify the why, then you now to find the how. And the how can depend on you. Either you're going to increase your action or you're going to ask for help. And some of the most important ways of you taking accountability, because most of the time when we commit to ourselves, we can easily just say, oh no, it's just us. More than when we commit to someone. Like if someone will say, come tomorrow, you will be there tomorrow at 10 when the appointment is. But if you say, okay, I want to go for a walk tomorrow, at 10 o'clock tomorrow, you might have something else doing and you say, oh, okay. You just decide to give up on the commitment to yourself. So learn to commit to yourself. Sometimes it's difficult, even for me too. And that's why when you have accountability partners, when you have somebody who can hold you accountable and say, you said that you were going to do this thing yesterday, you didn't do it yesterday, well, you can do it today. But don't wait till next week and say, oh, last week I was supposed to do. But whatever the case, anytime that you realize that you are not getting the results that you want, identify, why am I not getting the results? When you ask that question, now you can know what action to take. And most of the time, if you need help, ask for help. Not most of the time, people don't know that you need help. We take it for granted that they should understand. No, everybody is going through their own challenges. Nobody can't read you like if they are not soothsayers, so they are not God. They can't read what challenges you have. You have to speak up. You have to speak up. And so when you identify why you are not getting your results, you go back to action. Like they say, don't wait until everything is perfect. Take little actions and you become better and better. So you take your actions, ask for help, and do that energy audit. And sometimes you have not achieved your goals from you make your yearly goals. I don't believe in the to-do list. I believe in the to-be list. What do I want to become? And so even if I get to the end of the first half of the year and I have not become what I wanted to become, it's no problem. I'm competing with myself, but also I am accountable to myself. I want to make myself that kind of person that will keep the commitment that I made to myself. So I am committing to myself. Even if I can't do it today, I don't want to spend the next week not doing it, and then the next week I want to start every new time that I become conscious of the fact that, hey, I'm not achieving these goals. And then you can redo your goals. You can redo or reduce the things. Maybe you had so many big goals and you are overwhelmed, and now you don't know where to start and you want to give up. My coach says like you'll be surprised that I'm Coach Mary. Every coach needs a coach. And I don't have only one coach.
Yes.
I have my tech coach, I have my marketing coach, I have all the things that I need to put in place what I want to put in place. I have a coach for each of those things. And I can tell you, some of the coaches, I don't pay them, they just help because I ask for help. So it's not a matter of say I don't have money to find a coach. Most people will give you the coaching free, but you have to ask. And so one of my coaches will always tell me, when you are overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, focus. Focus for him is follow one commitment until successful. So focus is an acronym. The F is for follow, the O is one, the C is for commitment, the U is until, and the S is successful. So when you are so overwhelmed because you have reached the middle of the year and you have not even started on the goals, focus. And he says what? Follow one commitment until successful. And how do you know which commitment to follow? Focus on your win. And for him, win is what's important now. It's true that I set out in January to lose 20 kilograms or 30, because that's one of the things that everybody fights with. Or most people, let me not say everybody, most people, I am in the most people. Even if up to May, I have not lost 2 kilograms or I have not lost any, it doesn't matter. What's important now for me? And so that's why he said, focus on your win. Follow one commitment until successful. And how do you identify the commitment that you follow? Your win. WIN. What's important now? So when you look at all the things that you had to do and that you have not done any, and that time has passed, maybe some time has passed and some of the things are no longer necessary for you to do them. You can't insist on doing them. What's important now? And that will help you to find the thing that you will concentrate on. And then you ask for help, you audit the energy, the negative energy or the energy vampires, and then you take your little step action. You are not doing a sprint, it is a marathon, and there's always room for improvement. And you are competing with yourself to become better every new day. You are not competing with Goga. I can't just do the kind of yoga that Goga is doing, because by the way, my old bones are not used to, and all of that. I can go compete. Goga is doing his thing there and he is expert in what he's doing. I am doing my own thing. I am expert in what I'm doing. So I'm not competing with Goga. If I need yoga to be able to get to the goals that I want, I can ask for help from Goga. He will give me. Goga knows that I will not be at the same expertise, the level at which he is now. He is going to give me those baby steps that I need to take every day before my legs become stronger, and then I can, from crawling to walking and then to running.
Coach,
But it is never a sprint, it's a marathon.
There are people here who are busy saying,
sorry,
Coach, there are people who are busy agreeing with you on the yes. And I'm saying, let me interrupt you a bit, because there are people here who are busy enjoying saying yes there, because guys, you have to practice yoga. Just because Coach Mary Maya is saying something and some of you are like, yes, tell him. Like, don't use Coach Mary Ma's words here because you don't want to do yoga exercises. Some of you are saying yes here very strongly because he's like, yes,
you go at your own pace.
Here, I can see them. Here. They're already getting excited over this. I know these people because they'll be like, yes, can you tell him? They're like, yes, you're talking to Goga right there. I know. Welcome, Tati. Let me just say something real quick. Less incentive. Thank you so much for popping in on the live. Songbits Abelora already saw you earlier. let me see. Ruthie is here. Ruthie only needs 82 WH. But some of you here, I've always told some of you here, you are so rich. Your dogs have phones, your cats have phones, and they're just playing around with those phones. Take those phones and help Ruthie get 82 WH. You can do it. Give her that WH like by Saturday. Let her taste being a YouTube partner by the weekend. Yeah, you know who I'm talking. Some of you here, your dogs have their own iPhones or something. Take that iPhone, let the dog help Ruthie out. And then Iman Rich, my channel member, only needs one supporter to get to 300. Can somebody just get that one done? That should be done in like less than 1 minute. And then Iman report back to me now. Yeah, those are things we can solve real quickly here before we continue. Okay, Coach, continue, because when I came in, because when you kept on saying that yoga, you have to go like, some people here are saying yes here because of the exercises I do, because they're like, yes, tell him, not us.
No. It's going at your own pace. You can. Everybody cannot go at a sprint like it, because why? And that's the beauty of knowing your strengths, because when you go to what you are strong at, you will beat Goga at what you are strong at, because that's not what he's strong at. So everything that you are good at, do it so well and become the best in it, and you just keep going. So you don't really, like, life happens. And what do they say? Life is what happens when we are busy making plans. So when we make all those goals and plan for a very glorious year, life happens in the process. Things that we didn't plan, we didn't know that were going to happen. And we can't have control over them. And then those things, they stop our progress. But what do we have to do? You find the things that you have control over and focus on those ones. And that's why that auditing is always so important. Because when you learn how to ask yourself questions, and that's what personal development does, you always ask yourself questions. At the end of the day, how was my day? What did I do today? What could I have done better? What can I do tomorrow so that it will be better than what I did today? And all of those things you keep asking yourself and getting answers. Because life will happen, but when you keep asking yourself, you will get the lessons, and you will be alert to always find the lessons. Always be alert to find the lessons.
Absolutely. I just wanted to ask something very sensitive, and this is really on what you said about asking for help. Most of us, we don't ask for help because of shame or something like that, or maybe we don't want to be judged in a way or something like that. What will you advise someone maybe who is maybe struggling with that, and how do they like navigate that particular feeling? Because sometimes maybe asking for help means that I'm going to be judged as inadequate. I'm going to be judged as maybe sometimes, especially coming from Africa here, for example, sometimes asking for help even from relatives, it's really looked at with a lot of it's like they just already get tired. It's like, okay, here he comes again. What does he want from us again, or something like that? So how do we make asking for help something that is very intrinsic rather than an obligation? Because I never ask. I mean, I'm speaking on my behalf. I never ask anyone for help. To be honest, I always feel like, but I'm always more than happy to help people. But I don't like asking for help because I always feel like I don't like making people feel obligated to do something for me for some reason. And maybe it may be because of how I was brought up. But somebody out there who needs the help. Like, just to give you context, one of my former schoolmates now is in is like in the police station and needs a lot of help because lost their wife last week, and there's just so much going on in that family. They're really in need of help, and they had a good job, and this is the time where you start like, but he had a very well-paying job and things like that, and you're like, why is the family asking us for help or things like that? You start questioning those kind of things, and I'm like, no, I'll help him because he's always been very more than willing to help us when we are in problems. But there are people who just don't naturally ask for help, and they don't like asking for help. So how do you speak to these people, and how do you help them How do you make it cool to ask for help? In short.
Absolutely. I completely understand what you're saying, because I was like that too. And that's because of the way we were brought up. And that is a cultural thing, it's an African thing. They teach you to learn how to be strong. But you
Yes.
can only be as strong as you are. You can't just be a Superman. You can't be all strong every 24/7.
Yeah.
And when I started my personal development journey, which means I started asking questions, I started learning about self awareness, how to improve myself, how to boost my self confidence, how to better myself. I read that asking for help was a sign of power. When you ask for help, it's a sign of true power. Because why? You have acknowledged that I cannot do this, I need someone to do it for me. And so when I discovered that asking for help was a sign of power and not a sign of weakness, because we grew up being shown that when you ask for help, it means you are weak. No. Personal development says the person who asks for help is a powerful person. It's a sign of power, because you are powerful enough to take your responsibility and to acknowledge that I cannot do this, I need help. Just the fact that you acknowledge that you cannot do it is power. And so use your power. You can't know everything. Only God is omnipotent. We can just be as powerful as we are. You can't be so all powerful. We are not God, we are just humans. And so go with the perspective that asking for help is a sign of power. I'm so happy to serve. So when you ask for help, it's a sign of strength, to show that I am strong enough, I am confident enough to know that when I ask for help, it doesn't mean that I am weak. It means that I know that if I ask for the expert point of view or the expert help, the thing that I want to do will be better done than if I did it. So when you know from that perspective that asking for help is a sign of power, then use your power. And those are the things that you learn when you're doing your self-development, because you are so confident that you don't mind what people will say. That's their business. And that's why we talk about mindset, growth mindset. And that is why, like I said, if you remember, when you're asking for feedback, it is from people you respect and people that you trust. And what are we saying? All of this. Hey, Gail, that is our able moderator. You are so welcome. And so we are
Yeah.
saying that
Gail
when,
from Blind Guy Family.
yes, she's the best in moderating, and she's unbeatable. Thank you, Queen. So when you
Thank you,
identify
Gail.
that power, use it. It's not a sign of weakness. And that's why they say when you are doing personal development, you are so honest with yourself. And that's the power also of sharing your story. People know your story. So why would they talk about you that you don't already know? Whatever they say is something that you already know, it doesn't matter. But you are asking for help because you know yourself so well. You are so confident that you know that if I'm asking for help, it's not because I cannot do it, it's because I want the best to be done, and I will look for somebody who is expert in that field. And so don't be ashamed to ask for help. It is okay. What I should say, all because of pride. But if all of us do not ask, the world will turn upside down. Although the world, absolutely. Because there are so many people that are there to help you. They need to know that you need help. Tell them, ask for your help. It is a sign of power. and don't even worry what society will say. People will judge you. Like we say in Africa, even if you were to take a shower under the rain, your enemies will still accuse you of raising dust. What does that mean? They say, don't try to explain everything to everyone. Your enemies will not believe you, your friends don't need it. And that's another way of saying no matter what you do, people will still talk about you. But the important thing for you is you are doing the things that are making you to grow. So whatever they are saying is their business. Because why? You are growing, you are doing your things. So for the people who like me, had to learn how to ask for help. And now I ask for help. I'm not ashamed because I have built my self-confidence to know that I can only be expert in the things that I can be at. I can't be expert of everything. Like what they say, you are jack of all trades and master of none. No, I am master of writing. I am master of my own things. But the other things, I will ask for help because I trust myself. I am confident. I have built my skills. I know who I am. And so I'm not ashamed to ask for help because I know that it is a sign of strength.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Laura. Laura, I really appreciate that assistance you've given Ayman. Ayman Rich, if you're still on the chat, I think you're now at 301. You can thank Laura for rounding off that number for you. And then Ruthie's this and that. If you're still on the chat, you have Momo and Laura. They want to help you with your watch time. So they can, between the two of them, these are very solid women. They can actually get you to that milestone. Just between the two of them, they can easily do that to you. Yeah, Laura. Yeah, Ruthie has a very good playlist. It's very nicely done. So it will be very easy to actually get it done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Laura says to Coach Mary that she has this one saved. Hold on, coaching. Yes. Make sure you also connect to her channel where you will get all her content. She talks about all these things, and in her space it's even better. So Laura, you can just I've just pinned the channel there on the top of the chat, able to connect to Coach Mary from there. Yeah, I think that. Thank you so much, Momo Licious. Momo is going to give Ruthie's the WH she needs. You see, this is the thing about asking for help. That's what she just said. There's power in asking for that help, and you can already see she's gotten the help. She's gotten the help that she needs, and she's going to get that monetization. Thank you so much, Momo, and thank you so much, Laura, for helping Ruthie with this. So I'm so proud of you, you two, for that. Thank you so much. Coach Mary, I don't know whether there's any particular thing because I like the aspects. You've taught us very nice acronyms here, from reset, from focus, from win. We've talked about help. We've talked about navigating the half of the year and some of the obstacles and maybe challenges that and how we can overcome some of these particular things. Are there any particular nuggets that you still think we need to also address in this as we get into the middle of the year? And how do we now recharge ourselves for the last leg of the year? Because in December we'll be looking at that, and I like what you said. We don't wait for a specific time to be able to assess, but you can be doing this on a daily basis so that it's sustainable. Sit with yourself, ask yourself, what did I do today? What did I achieve? I think I liked that, rather than waiting for a main day to actually assess and have a meeting with yourself. Are there any particular things that you maybe feel we need to just talk about as we get into that spirit of resetting and recharging in readiness for June? By now, you'll notice now I'm in the tail end. We have about 30 minutes to go. So yeah, so I'm kind of just wrapping up. So it's fine.
I'm really happy you brought this. You came back to this topic about asking for help. When you don't ask, people don't know that you need it. If Ruthie did not tell us that she needed WH, we will not know. And you see, it doesn't cost anything to get it. Just ask. like even I'm coming back to this
Yes.
because I'm talking about us in Africa, because the way we embraced religion, we really embrace religion. And
Mm.
what the Bible say, ask and you shall receive, knock and the door will be opened, seek and you shall find. And so those are the things that we have to think about and apply them in daily life. And some of the things that I would keep telling the same things. Life is like the waves. Life happens. It's going to knock us down. It's going to challenge us. We are going to have scars and all of that. And what did we say? Every scar has a story. But you decide now what to make of that
Mm.
story that the scar has for you. Are you going to be using your scar as a symbol of blame or shame, or you are using it as a symbol of resilience, that you survived and that you picked yourself up and that you kept going? And that's why when we talk about sharing how to reset your life, we are saying that life is going to hit us, life is going to happen, but those are things that we cannot control.
Mm.
What can we control? How we react to the when life happens. Sometimes it will knock us down so hard that it's so difficult to wake up. But we have to think, do I need a walking stick to wake up? Do I need somebody to help me? And that's why we come back to community. When you are in the right community, like when Rudy is asking for WH, she knows that we understand the difficulty in getting WH and we know the importance. So she's in the right community. Nobody will be mocking her and saying, because we all know what it is. And that is why find yourself a community of like-minded people. And they call it an enabling environment. Thank you so much, Unstoppable Entertainment. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm always giving us examples from the Bible, because we take the Bible or we take religion in Africa to another level, and then we don't use it the way we are supposed to use it. And I'll come back another example in religion that I really always like to talk when I'm talking to us Africans is action, the importance of action. Like they say, action is the prescription for success. With no action, there's no show, there's no success. Because what do we do in Africa? We think that we can pray and we will have miracles. It doesn't work like that. You have to pray and walk. And you go back to the Bible, every time that Jesus made a miracle, he gave an action to be taken. Even when he was going to turn water into wine, they had to go carry the fetch water and fill the jars. When he put mud on the blind man's eye, they had to go wash their faces before they could see. So action is the prescription for success. So we should not take religion and say, oh, we are going to pray for miracles to happen. No, we have to do it. We have to take action. Because if we are reading that Bible and interpreting it the way it should, we should remember that every time that Jesus made a miracle, there was action. Before he multiplied the fish and the bread, somebody brought the fish and the bread. So every time we have to put action as a priority. Like we say, all the knowledge that we have, if we don't apply it, we cannot have results. So action is the prescription for success. And so we have to take action no matter how small. And don't wait until you plan and everything is perfect. No, take action. With every next step, you become better and better. The progress comes in the process. But if there is no process, there will not be any progress.
There's no process, there'll be no progress. Laura, thank you so much. Laura is excited that she found your house. Yeah, she's typing from your channel. That is good.
Thank you
Thank you so
so
much,
much.
Laura.
Please leave a comment so I can come back. It's easier
Thank
when
you so much,
I have the
Laura.
comments, then I
Get it.
locate.
Jerusha, thank you so much. I know you're busy working around the house, but thank you so much. Wild Rich, thank you so much for those amazing comments. Gail, our amazing moderator at Blind Guy Family, but also at Coach Mary Ma. Thank you so much, Gail. Nice to see you. Song Beats by Laura, I think I acknowledge you. Ayman, congratulations on 300. Keep going. You have 700 to go now. Imelda is also looking for WH. Imelda, my channel member. Connect to Momolicious. She's very rich. She calls herself the rich working wife. So connect to the rich working wife of Diani. She will actually help you there, Imelda. And then Mira Effect is saying actions. Wow. Yeah. Actions, 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 actions. Let me see what else I may have skipped. Don't worry, guys. If you have any question, Juguna, nice to see you. It's Ngarama. Thank you so much for popping in. Isaac's family, I've seen you. Thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you so much, guys, for helping. Rudy, thank you so much, Rudy, for being here. It's really nice. You've been here since the beginning. I really appreciate that. So it is very like, what time is it there, Rudy? Yeah, wow, 1:27 p.m. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you have any question for Coach Mary Ma, this is the point now. Yeah, this is the point now you can ask. Yes. Oh wow, Mama, I didn't see it. It didn't pop up. It didn't pop up on my stream yet. Sometimes stream doesn't hear. But thank you so much for that trust in membership. Momo is my 7-month channel member. Thank you so much, Momo Licious. I really appreciate that membership. Thank you for trusting me with your membership, with your bank card, with your time. It is not easy, guys, for somebody to keep you on their bank card for the entire for 7 months. It's not easy. Thank you so much. Hey, Mike from London. Thank you so much. How are you doing driving London? That is Mike. Thank you so much, Mike, for checking in. Our Joram sending hearts. Saniki is telling Coach Mary that I always listen to Coach Mary. I connect to her months now. That is good. That is good. That is good. That is amazing. And then Gail is summarizing for us. I want to start this because this is going to be the assignment at the end of the live stream. Gail is saying that the 5-step program: resilience, education, strategy, experience, and training. You can quote her on this. And she has given us like a very nice summarized way of how you can implement these 5 steps within your life, in your personal development. We've talked a lot, and I think there's something she said also about mental health. And she said, you don't wait for the month of May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, for you to be more focused and intentional about your mental health. It's a day-to-day undertaking. You actually make a decision to actually look at your mental health on a day-to-day basis. She
A lifestyle. Your well-being should be your lifestyle. So it's your day-to-day activity. It's a lifestyle. It's not someone once in a while thing. It's your lifestyle. So it's part of your daily activities. And that's how you continue building and developing. Personal development is so important because why? If every person were to develop themselves, imagine the kind of wonderful world we will have. We have to put that foundation, and the foundation can only be very solid and sustainable when you build on what you can control. And what can you control? You.
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Laura. I greatly appreciate you all. Collaboration is key. You can't do it all alone. Like they say, you alone you can go far, but together we can go further. So collaboration is so important. And I'm really so grateful, Goga, because when we are having a panel, the way you see the way I'm talking today is different from the way I talk when I'm talking to a global panel, because we are talking to us, and we
Yes.
know we are wearing the shoes, we know where they pinch. And that's why you see me talking the way I'm talking today, because I know the things that I'm talking about. Because the NGO where I was working was Leadership for Environment and Sustainable Development. And most of the time, we were doing leadership for a sustainable world. And what are the challenges that we have in Africa? Leadership and good governance. But what is our responsibility? Because It's a collective effort. It's not what we don't think that is for the government, for the president or the ministers. Visionary leadership at all levels, which means if we are doing YouTube, we are raising awareness on how people can build themselves, can identify their talents and gifts and grow on them. And that's why I am insisting on this thing about us thinking that to be successful is only to go to school, get a certificate, and become a civil servant. No, there are people who are talented in so many things, and they can always bring value both to their families and to the world at large and to themselves. And we can use that to grow. Thank you so much, Goram, Wagoram. I like Kenyans, Ngugi wa Tiongo, Ngugi wa Miri.
Yes.
So
You know,
I love Swahili. I don't know a lot of Swahili, but I can say
Joram.
Asante.
Joram means, but why of us the belonging? She belongs to Joram. Yeah.
Yes,
That's what,
so I love that. So we are talking on this platform. It's a real awareness creation platform, and we are saying that identify the people who have succeeded at the things that you want to succeed at. Learn from what they did, replicate, and
yeah.
that adapt it to your own reality and replicate. Don't copy and paste, because everybody's reality is unique. So you copy, look at what they did to succeed, adapt it to your own reality and to your own objectives and to your own goals, and then replicate them, and you will get your own success. We can succeed. You see, increasingly we are succeeding, irrespective of what people thought about us. Africa is the only thing about hunger, the only thing about malnutrition and starvation. But thank God for internet. Many people are seeing. I'm telling you, when I was in Spain, I'm telling you, it's not even as far as the 1900s. I'm talking about 2016.
Yeah.
I was in Spain, and I was in I was in a course. I did that course because I was in a Spanish language school. When I went to Spain, I didn't speak any Spanish. So I went to a Spanish language school, but I was tired of the grammar. You know, when you are in school, just learning grammar and all of that. So I decided to go do a course which will help me to really broaden my vocabulary, and which I will not only be doing grammar. So I met this lady and I wrote my name, Mary, with Mary. She's from Bolivia. And she canceled the Y and put I. And I looked at her and I told her, are you serious? Do you think I don't know how to spell my name? And I was so like, so I just said, okay, I'm going to use you now like a warning to everybody in this class. And I just turned and I told her aloud, I said, don't tell me that you who is coming from Bolivia, you also believe like these Spanish people that Africans live on trees. You think I don't know how to spell my name? And like everybody was like, what is he saying? I said, don't ever dare it, because they tell you that Africans are savage. I am going to show you how savage I can be. And the whole class was quiet. About 23 people, they were just quiet. I said, no, I can't write my name on my paper and you have the audacity to cancel it and correct it with an I. Are you kidding me? I said, don't ever do that again. Don't try it. I will show you that Africans are savage and you don't want to see that side of me.
But the lesson was learned. I'm sure they never repeated it again.
No. Because I said it in a stern voice in good Spanish so they would understand. And so those are the kind of things we have to raise awareness. We have to be our own mouthpiece. We have to tell our own stories. And that's why I was saying that in this era of AI, we have lots of talented African brothers and sisters who are developing their own apps and developing lots of new tech apps. We have the opportunity to put in the right information, because that is what will come up when people go to search.
Mm. Absolutely.
Let's put in the right information, and so that when people are searching, they will get authentic information. And that's why we say it's a collective responsibility. Visionary leaders at all levels. It's not only we wait for the president alone or the ministers, they can do it. At our own level, every level where we are, we have to strive to help create that awareness and help the people who want to really help themselves.
Um, I think I like that point. And you talked about collaborations, and I want to just narrow into this. Um, your YouTube channel. You said what inspired you to create it was also just to disseminate, what you know to a broader audience, and just to share what you know out there. How has the experience been being a personal development coach, especially with the help of technology? Um, and then another mistake now we are getting into, everybody is coming up with the title that they're life coaches. And sometimes we find that the other day somebody approached me that they wanted to be my life coach, and they were so young, like they're even way younger than me. And I was like, like I look at my age, and in a way, I'm just like, but how have you experienced life enough, to just actually get involved in my life and things like that. So, how do you navigate what you do, especially in this particular space, with all these people who are coming up with this title that they want to be life coaches, and then it's a very, it's a very open space, and everybody's coming up with all sorts of things. How do you navigate through this particular space? Because I would listen to you any single day. But there are some people you go to there, and they're like, they call themselves coaches, and you're like, you cringe, and you're like, no, this is not this is not the idea I have of a coach. So how do you like navigate that particular space, especially in your particular profession? Considering you have to compete with other people who may not necessarily even have the skills to be able to manage sensitive things like personal development.
I am not going to I'm not going to say I'm the only person who can be a life coach, and I'm not going to judge anybody. People can learn and teach. I am teaching or raising awareness from my own experience. So there are so many different strategies that people are using.
Mm.
It is your responsibility, looking for a life coach, to find the one that can solve the problem that you have. Because each time you're going to look for some coach or somebody, it means you have identified a challenge. I don't
Yes.
call it problems. You have identified a challenge and you are looking for help.
Mm.
It is your responsibility to find the kind of person that you know that can help you. And I can tell you, if you are looking for a coach, no matter what, in what area, not only in life, like a life coach, anything that you want to look for a coach in, when you talk with that person for the first 3 to 5 minutes, you already know that this person can help me or this person cannot help me. So trust your intuition and listen to what when people are talking, and then you can also ask for recommendations. So some people can, it's not because they are young that they don't have anything to teach. Young people too have gone through a lot of things that some older people have not gone through. But from everybody, they have their own unique way of doing things. And that's why I brought up my own acronym, RESET. And I put that in resilience, education, strategy, experience, and training. So
Yeah.
maybe the young person that is going to be your life coach has a different approach. All the approaches are valid depending on what everybody is looking for. And that is why we're saying it is your responsibility to identify the energy that will help you to grow. Let me say that again. It is your responsibility to identify the community or the energy that will help you to grow. And that's why we are saying that in your personal development journey, the first thing is you are taking responsibility for your life. Nobody is going to give you responsibility. Mind you, they say take responsibility. So you are taking responsibility for your life. And that is very important, because most often when we are challenged or when something doesn't work out, we blame the government, we blame our spouse, we blame everybody, but we don't take responsibility. Meanwhile, when you take responsibility, that is the biggest step, because you acknowledge that you have a problem, or that you have a challenge, or that you need to change to get better results. Thank you for the channel. And so that's why they say take responsibility. Nobody is going to give it to you. Take responsibility. And when you look at all my videos, I am just giving you all the different things that you can focus on that will help you to channel your energy on those things that will help you grow. And the greatest energy waster is when you are putting your energy on the things that are out of your sphere of control, on the things that you cannot control. There are things that don't depend on you. Don't put your energy on those things. Put your energy on the things that you can control. And that is the only thing that you can change. And that you can only change you. Because one of the things that makes you to think that you have failed is because you have looked at your life and you say, wow, this is not working, or this is not where I wanted to be. Or sometimes you even have the instinct that, bam, I could be better. I could be in a better space than I am now. And then you start looking for answers. And that's when you say you have taken your responsibility. You are not, hey, true mamle, there's Great Britain in the house. So you are taking responsibility because you know that it depends on you. Your progress, your success, your life depends on you. So take your responsibility and find the things that will make you to grow. Find that community where when you say, like Ruthie, I need 84 WH, there are people who will instantly come up and say, yes, I got your back. And why? Because they know the value, they know that we are growing together, and that they know that you are asking for it, not because you are weak, but because you cannot do your own WH. You need other people to do them. And that's where collaboration is key. And so we can talk and talk and talk, but your personal development is your responsibility. Even if you are doing every other thing, and when you are developing yourself, I'm telling you, you can be able to identify who of the coaches can get you the results that you want. But like I say, don't read a book by its cover. Even if the person is young, it's not because they are young that they cannot be a good life coach. There are so many people who have experienced so many things that at a very young age that you cannot even imagine. But what is the difference? They learned from that experience, and they have gone now on a mission to share that experience so that other people who are passing through what they went through will not have to suffer as much as they did. They will be able to solve their own problem easily using the lesson from their own example. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for all the new family members. I am really so grateful. We are going to do it together. We are going to succeed together. And like I say, don't be afraid to ask for help. It is a sign of true power.
true power. Thank you, Kachibu, brother. Thank you so much, brother Kachibu. Kachibu is all the way in the Philippines, and it's very like I'm sure it's very late. Right? Yeah, thank you so much, Kachibu, for stopping by and giving Coach Mary the support. Tamika Davis, thank you so much once again. We are still here. True Mamle, that is the Great Britain in the house, as Coach Mary put it. Thank you so much for popping in. True Mamle, yes, we are on this side, but I'm glad you guys are also on the other side giving Coach Mary the support. I really appreciate that. Alex, thank you so much. Alex is in the bush. Thank you so much for keeping an eye there. Hey, Inspire to Elevate is in the house. Inspire to Elevate, thank you so much for coming in. How you doing, Inspire to Elevate? We've been getting a lot of nuggets of wisdom here for the last 2 hours, 48 minutes. We're just like almost wrapping up right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Inspire to Elevate, for stopping by. If you have any question, I think I'm pretty much done with my questions because I'm looking at my notes, the ones I took, and I think Coach Mary has really like she's been very exhaustive, especially when in her explanation. I don't even think I have like further questions to ask. So I'm just going to give her now like a free whatever, just or give like the closing, the closing tips or things like that. And then she's also going to just she can also promote her channel. She's going to have that freedom now to promote her channel. And then if anybody else has a question, by all means feel free to ask before she leaves, so that you don't. Otherwise, if she leaves, you know where to find her. You can check out her Instagram. It's Mary Ma. Mary Ma. Ma is MAH. And then you can check her out also on her channel, which is pinned up there. She does live streams. I don't know how often you do live streams. I just stumble upon them once in a while. I know that you have a schedule. Maybe you can share with them, because I know you are doing more live streams now than video.
Yes, I'm in a little transition, and I'm trying to find my balance. But I will come back to the. I just do the live stream because I don't want the channel to just remain there. So I try to do at least a live stream every week. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
guys.
I'm so grateful. I'm really so
It's so nice
grateful
to
to
see you guys from the
everybody.
other side. Like, I can tell you are on her house, in her house. That's really good. Ike says just been listening in the bush. Very informative. Thank you so much, Ike. Ike is my channel member, and my big brother, by the way. Most of you don't know, so you can, yeah, please check out his house and everything. Yeah, very very interesting insights as we get into the last half of the year. You have very powerful acronyms. You are very There's one thing, if there's one thing that she said in that acronym reset, pick what works for you there, and see how it actually manifests in your life. For me, it is the experience bit, and it could be the training. It could really be anything. It could be all of them. It could be all of them. And then we've been told to focus, which has been intentional with the one commitment and putting all our effort into it until we are successful in it. And then win was like the most outstanding. Work on what you need now. That's what's important now. What is important now, and what do you need to work on? Because I think sometimes we take too much and then we can't really follow through. But what is important now? What is important right now that you need to put all your efforts on? Because the other ones are just noise. Sometimes they always say that sometimes, yeah, you have a lot of things to do, but then they become noise, and then you have to focus on that one particular thing. And that is what actually maybe you need. So I think for me, when I look at the middle of the year, I look at reset as an opportunity to actually recalibrate, revive, abandon what hasn't worked for the last 5 months, and see what now I can take forward in the next half of the year. There are decisions that have to be made. Are they important? Are they working anymore? In my experience, if I've made such decisions in the past, what has been the result? That is literally the conversation we've been having here with Coach Mary Ma for the last 3 hours. So, Coach, I just want to now you to share your true thoughts. I think let me just run through my questions. I see whether I have anything that I may have skipped, because the good thing, my questions were very detailed, but you've been answering them very directly. So I'm like, okay, she's answered this, she's answered this, she's answered this. Yeah, if I was just to run through them, um, she gave us all this strategy. That was my question one. Question two was, how can we overcome challenges? She talked about this. Question three was, what are some of the effective exercises? She's talked about this. How can individuals leverage their strengths and build that? We've talked about this exactly. I think it literally answered all of them. What are some common obstacles that people encounter during the media period? Now, this I think it was indirectly covered. It may not have been very explicit, but yes, I
Yeah,
think
I think we can. Okay,
yeah.
if you want, we
Wait,
can come back to the like number 5. What are some common obstacles that people encounter during the mid period of the year? Like we said, at the middle of the year, sometimes you've not done the things that you plan to do, and then you
yes,
realize that even those things were not necessary because life is happening, and you see that, oh, those things were not really important. And then you have to refocus. You have to what because the plan is yours, the goal is
yeah.
yours, and so you have to monitor and evaluate.
Hey,
So
Haida.
monitoring means what? Readjust, readapt. You just change the things that you focus on. So you are monitoring because you want to readjust, you want to readapt, and thank you so much. You are so welcome. So you not only mid-year, every time for you is time to monitor and evaluate. And like Goga was giving the summary, anytime you feel overwhelmed, focus on your win. Because obviously, even if you have 1,000 things to accomplish, there are some that needs to be accomplished first before the other ones. Or there are some that if you don't do them now, it's going to spoil so many other things. And so that's why you have to always ask yourself questions. You always like you always looking at your life. How far have I gone? What do I have next to do? And keep going. And don't wait till everything is perfect. Always celebrate your little wins. And every time you do any milestone, celebrate. Like they say, what gets
Yes,
celebrated gets
yes.
repeated.
Tell them.
Yeah,
I like
because
this. What gets just say that again. What?
what gets
Just
celebrated gets repeated.
I
So if
love
you are
that.
getting your little wins and celebrating them, you are continuously going to be having other little wins and celebrating along the way. And at the end of the day, it will be a big celebration. So don't wait till the end of the year to make an end of year party to celebrate what you achieved during the year. At every milestone, celebrate.
Yes, guys, did you hear? We have to have parties for everything we've done. That she said it. The coach has said it. So you guys like making fun of me and my parties. She said we celebrate every milestone. Yeah, I'm taking that.
Celebrate
You're into
yourself because we are waiting for people to celebrate to say, "Oh, well done, great job." No, I'm telling
you
you,
could
when you do something, if you accomplish anything, even if it's as little as what, like I always share, here in Calgary, it's so cold that sometimes just to get out during the winter is a big challenge. If the day that I brave it to go out, I say, "Yes, Mary, you did it today." I give myself a pat on the back. Well done, Mary, you did it today. And so, hi, Unplug and Unwind, you are welcome. Thank you so much for all the patient people who have been there sitting for 3
no.
hours listening to me and Goga. It's because we have so much to share. We can't share all of them in one day, but we will continue sharing. We are in this whitey street. It's a free medium for us to share extensively, and someday, even because the power of the videos, they are going to outlive us. Even when we will not be there, people will still learn from us. How can individuals, how, let me
Oh,
see the
sorry.
number 6.
I was just like going through them. I think you've
Okay,
answered
how can
this.
individuals stay motivated? Okay, went through that. Let's see number
Okay.
7.
Number 7, you looked at are there any specific habits? This one I asked you. You kind of talked about this. Then number 8, what advice may be feeling overwhelmed or discouraged by the gap between where they are now and where they had hoped to be by this point in the year?
And I
We
will
talked
tell
about
you the best
yeah,
way to come out from being discouraged, because I know that sometimes there are certain people that when they don't succeed, they become
yeah,
discouraged and it's
yes,
difficult to pick themselves up. But each time, what did I say? I don't fail. I win or I learn. There's nothing like fail in my vocabulary. And by the way, somebody said fail is an acronym for first attempt in learning. That's just the
Yep.
first attempt. So you can take the second one, the third one, the fourth one. And what is it? Repetition is the mother, the father, the brother, the sister of learning. So if you
Yeah.
don't succeed the first time, do it several times. Do it several times. So it's not, you don't fail. You win or you learn, and then you keep doing. So don't even think that you're going to do it once and you will have it. No, there's always room for improvement. And each time you're improving with the lessons from the past challenges. And that's how you make life worth really reinventing and growing, because you are never focused on where you fail. You are focused on why did I fall? And then you are going to remove that banana peeling that you slid on to fall, so that
Yeah.
next time if you're passing there, you're not going to slide and fall again. So you learn. So when something doesn't work out the way you wanted, sometimes, like those of us who are Christians, we say it's God's way of telling you you didn't need it, or is the universe telling you this is not important for you. And so don't look at it as a failure, look at it as a lesson. And the fact that things are not going the way you want doesn't mean that they are not going the right way. Because God knows what is right for you, what is right for me, and He saves us from so many things that we couldn't imagine because we don't know the outcome. So the fact that things are not going the way you wanted does not mean they are going the wrong way. Sometimes they are falling in place. But don't ever think that at the middle of the year, I've not achieved anything and stuff. No. And the best way to really be optimistic and live yourself an open growth mindset is to do what? Look at how far you have come. Stop looking at how far you have to go. Because when you keep focusing on how far you have to go, you think that the
You
road
will
is
get.
too far.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I am not yet where I want to be, but I am no longer where I used to be. So at the beginning of January, you wanted to start a YouTube channel, you had one video. In May, on the 31st of May, like tomorrow is 1st of June, Yoga is almost at tomorrow. You have not reached the 1K family members. But instead of having the one video that you had in January, now you have 50 videos. Is that not progress? So you are looking at how far have I come? Always focus on how far you have come, and you will learn to appreciate what you have achieved. Instead of looking at, oh, how far do I have left to go? No. How far have I come? I'm not yet where I want to be, but I'm no longer where I used to be.
I think that's a very great point. And yes, and the last question was literally on how we do it, and that was the SWOT analysis and very good thing to say. Tony, sorry, Tony and Tan. It's really nice to see you, Tony and Tan. How have you been? I've not seen anything on your channel for a while. How have you guys been? How have you guys been? Unplug and Unwind is a channel run by Tony and Tan, so that's why I was saying hi to Tony and Tan. Thanks so much for your encouragement from True Mamle. Gail at night is like saying, yes, preach, 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 preach. Then you have, yeah, yeah, I think these are very crystal points. We just hit the 3 hour mark. That is normally my cue to leave the live stream, but because I think Coach Mary is very like engaging and she's just so interesting, you don't even want to like let her go. I'm going to give her a chance now just to wrap up by giving she can give her final parting thoughts. If you're not connected to Coach Mary Ma already, there is the link. It's pinned up there. Go there so that you can go to our channel. You don't come back. Okay, where is the guest who came to the live stream last 20 days? I'm like, no. Go to her house now. You'll be able to talk to her directly there instead of like looking for me to like give you the number and then now we are not going to do that. Connect to her so that you can now link up directly when she's doing her live streams. She has a very busy schedule, but today she was free. In a Wednesday, she told me that today she was free, and so that's why she was able to sit with us and have this conversation. But yes, when you see her on our channel, when she pops up on our channel, we tend to have the same. We link around the same community. If you have Blind Guy Family, who is my co-host, is normally my co-host when I'm not around on the channel. Yeah, you pretty much have Coach Mary Ma, and you already are sorted out. But please grab her like there, so that now you don't have to like come and ask me that, or like, who was that guest that you had on the panel? Grab her immediately, okay? And then we can have this conversation now later. And I'm glad that, thank you so much, Ayman, and I'm glad that you guys helped Ayman to reach 300. That is nice. Yeah, when you've been at 200 for so long, it's nice when you're at 300. It's nice. It's a different journey. It's a different journey. Now he has to work towards 400, and then he eventually gets to 1,000 family members. So Coach Mary Ma, I think that was really it from me. Unless I don't see any question on the chat. I think everybody was just soaking in whatever you are sharing with us. But I think that was a very exhaustive, I think, conversation. So I'm now just going to give you like a blank check. I'll put you on solo layout as you do this. So whatever you want to like say, I'll give you like that chance to just do that. You can promote your house, ask them to come and support your house or whatever it is, and then I will do the wrap up, and then we can say bye to everybody. Okay. So take it away. Do you need to drink some water or something? Or
No, no, it's okay. No,
okay,
I'm
cool.
really so grateful because it's late evening for you, but you still are so patiently sitting there. Me, I am a journalist, so I can talk for 24 hours. It's a professional,
I
it's
was
a
actually,
professional
I was
deformation.
actually, I was actually impressed when you said you used to read the news and then you used to find it very boring. It is so funny.
No,
I
no, I
like
was a
that.
news reporter. I was a news reporter.
Oh, okay, wow, that is so interesting. Like it's
Now it's boring. You
you
go come back and do it. For me, it was routine. Just go and
do
come
you
back and do it, or go and come
do
and do
you
it. It was a
do
routine
you
that.
miss your journalistic training? Do you miss your journalistic training of
No,
your?
in as a personal, as a development communication specialist, I think I touched more people and I did more than I could have done on national TV in Cameroon because I went now worldwide. I worked everywhere with people all over in all the continents, and I had a lot of experiences. I met so many people. Like
Hey,
I said, I've worked with people from countries in more than 45 African countries. I have
wow.
visited like at least 30 of the African countries, and because we have a project in different countries, so it's a professional deformation. I can talk to you tomorrow.
No, but
And
it's
we are
nice.
not
It's
going.
nice because yeah, no, it's
Sorry.
nice because I'm saying it's nice because then the opposite will be having coming on the panel and you're like we have nothing to discuss, and then now it's awkward. But then you're definitely not that person. You're always like you're very easy to talk to, and you're very, I think there's just something about it very very nice and refreshing. Welcome, Lina. Thank you so much, Lina, for popping in live. I don't know. I think I had a question. Oh God, I forgot. I have one more question. Reinvent. You talk. There's a video you did on reinventing yourself. I loved that video. And what if I want to reinvent things? What if I want to just, sometimes like life gets boring, as you were talking about your journal, being a news reporter. And I think sometimes you get to that point where you're like, maybe I need to spruce things up a bit, change a few things. Do I need to upgrade my wardrobe? Do I need to like travel out of my comfort zone, and that kind of thing? If maybe somebody is making a conscious decision to reinvent themselves at this particular point in the year, because that's also one thing that people normally do just to be able to navigate the final half of the year. How, in very few words, how would you actually go through this? Of course, you can't overhaul everything. There are certain things you can't do. I'm not going to dump my family or my spouse or something here, and then maybe travel the world or just. But if I want to like maybe choose to invent myself at this particular point in the year, what is a smart way of going about it? And then once you
No,
answer that, now you can now get the free forever.
to reinvent yourself, I was able to reinvent myself because I was aware of my other talents and capabilities. And that's why they say go out of your comfort zone and do new things. I was aware that I could offer more than just going to report the news and just going for like a news reporter. I could do more. So you have to be aware of your talents, of your strengths, of you have to be aware of all those natural endowments. And you, when you don't succeed in one, you can find the one that you really can succeed at. So it all comes down to self-awareness. You know yourself, you know the potentials that you have, you know that if you are stuck in this thing, you can change and do another thing. You are not going to change to do something that you are not good at. You are going to change to do some other thing that you are equally good at, or something that complements the thing that you've been doing before. So it all boils down to self-awareness. And when you are self-aware, you know your values, you really know your strengths, and you know the areas that you need to improve. And when you are self-aware, you boost your self-confidence. You are confident that this new thing that I'm going to do, I have already enough knowledge about what I want to do, and I know where to ask for help to complement the things that I cannot do. So everything boils down to self-awareness, and you cannot be self-aware if you are not working on your own personal development. And working on your personal development is a daily issue, because why we say we are a work in progress, because why every day is a new learning. Every new day, as you go out there, you don't even know what you will meet. You will learn something new. Just keep your mind open to learn every new thing, but be able to sift and keep only those things that will help you to grow, and focus your energy on the things that will help you to grow. And always remember, your competition is with yourself, to be able to be better every new day than you were the day before. Don't go competing with every person. Stay unique to you, because your uniqueness is your superpower, is your own brand, it's what makes you authentic. And whether you are good at cooking, you are good at gardening, you are good at welding, anything that you can do has value, because anything that has to be done, if it is not done, the chain will not be complete. And that's one of the things that I learned when I started traveling extensively, is why those colonial masters come and tell us in Africa that we have to go to school and get those certificates, and they don't encourage professionalism and handwork. Meanwhile, in their countries, you will see somebody who is just specialized in making needles, and then they learn how to make the best needles, and they concentrate on that. And so what happens? You are there struggling on learning. And what did they make us to learn? Some European history, some world history, some things that are not even necessary for us. So find your potential and do you, so that when you leave your legacy, when people learn from your experience, when people share your journey, when they are telling their stories, they will remember your name.
Um, and I think that is really, I think that's a really great point to actually just, I think she really beautifully summed that. And I'm looking at what Gail had just like shared there about the acronym, the 5-step program by, by Coach Berima. Internalize this, and when you go to her channel, she explained this earlier on in the live stream. Those who came a bit late, she explained it very nicely on what resilience is, what education is, what strategy is, experience and training, that you can ensure that you are back to your optimum. And yes, so if you forget everything else that has been said on this channel for the last 3.5 hours, almost 3.5 hours, just remember this acronym. That's the most important thing you need to remember, so that now when you go to Coach Mary Ma's channel, you'll kind of relate when she's talking about resilience, why she calls people resilience champions. you will understand why, because she said something very nice, that we are all resilient champions because we've all gone through something. We've all gone through a situation that actually made us, we had to like really grow out of it and just become, get where we are. And in her video, when she was talking about the 5 steps, she gave an example of a baby when talking about resilience. And the baby is learning how to crawl. I like that analogy. When the baby is learning how to crawl, they don't just give up because it's getting hard. They try today, they fall, they try again, they fall. And that is an element of resilience. Until now, they're finally able to take off and walk on their own. I think that was like really beautiful. Just be able to sum up. So we've all been through something that that we literally had to grow out of, and I think for me that's a very powerful, I think, statement. I will now let Coach Mary Ma sign off, or in whatever style she wants. Um, yes, I'll put her on solo layout. She'll look at the camera, and then if you have any question, make sure you write it down somewhere, and then you can connect to our channel. And then always feel free to ask her on her live and stuff. She's very like sociable on her live stream, so she's able to pick these questions real quick. So Coach Mary, take it away.
I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful for you all. And when you are here, it means you are taking your personal development journey very seriously. You want to take yourself to the next level. And I want to just remind you that you are not a failure just because you failed at some things at some point. You are a work in progress, and there is always room for improvement. And the good thing is, each time you want to reset your life, you are starting with the lessons from your past challenges to help you to build better. So, success is possible. Believe in yourself, take action. Action is the prescription for success. Build yourself development, build yourself and love yourself, make yourself your best friend, and be self-aware, which will boost your self-confidence and improve the skills and all the things that you need to be a better person and just to be a successful person, a happy person, and a grateful person. I thank you all. Let's continue to build, because progress and success are possible, but it depends on us, and we can always start at any time. It is never too late.
Well said. Well said. Thank you so much for honoring us with your invite. What time is it there now? It's she's 9 hours behind, so she's
Yeah, it's
probably
1:20 p.m.
lunchtime. Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, lunchtime. She's been with us here for the last 3 hours because Coach Mary Ma actually joined the panel before we even started. She had literally been hanging out with me when I was preparing, setting up the lights, microphones. She's been there like the entire time, seeing the whole work. And yeah, so I need to like release her so that she can go grab something at lunchtime, and then we can also just sign off, because I also need to like sign off tomorrow. Tomorrow is a public holiday here in Kenya, but I'm starting this crazy challenge. I have to be at the yoga studio as early as 6 in the morning. I'm trying to look at those dynamics because my teacher is like expecting me, and today he's on the live stream. So if he knows my activities, if I fail to show up for practice tomorrow morning, so I'm looking forward to also just starting that yoga challenge for the month of June. Just be able to also set myself goals. I'm doing this because as some of you know, I'm heading to Nepal in the next 2 months. I'm going to Nepal. So if you are a content creator based in Nepal, most likely, I don't know that I'll be able to find you because I'll be there for some training, but I'll have a few days I can step out and we can link up if you want us to meet in Nepal. Yes, I have to prepare for that because it's going to be a very intense 10-day training, and I need to have a very sustainable practice before the trip. So I'll be working on that. But we talk more about that on the coffee live stream. So that's an off the cuff conversation we can have. So thank you so much, Coach Mary Ma. You have a lovely rest of the day. Unless there's anything you want to ask me, I just want to say thank you so much for honoring the invite. It has been a long time coming, and I think you understood the assignment and you delivered it very beautifully. You've given us very nice nuggets of wisdom just to chew on as we come to the end of the month of May. It is gone, guys. Like, yeah, tomorrow is June, and we move on because the year is moving on, and we just have to focus on what is important now. That is win. So the most present moment is like what you have to deal with at this particular time. So thank you so much, Coach Mary Ma, for that amazing, those amazing insights. Um, Once again, if you don't have Coach Mary Ma, please connect with her. And I want to take this opportunity also to thank all my channel members and our super chatters. Like today, we were so blessed. We've been bought for coffee here like crazy. Bobby Jean Lane TV, thank you so much. Once again, Imelda Salo, my channel member, who is still on the chat there in the bush. We have Mercy Empire Africa. We have Carol Gidinji, who is also our super chatter. We have O'Neill. Thank you so much, O'Neill. We have OCD Chick. Thank you so much. This was from Coach Mary Ma's house. We have Anna Bai. Thank you so much. And may your pots never run dry. Thank you so much for that amazing blessing. It's not something that you take for granted. And to everybody else, just honored us here with their presence. All the I don't know how many. Let me see how many of you have been here. Let me just check real quick. Let me just check real quick. Need to go to the studio. Don't worry, I'll do that. To all the over like nearly 200 of you have been on this live stream. So thank you so much to all the over 200 who have been on this live, watching us and just hanging out with us. Thank you so much for that. You don't get you have a great time. So Coach Mary, let me release you and then I can put in my thing and then I'll sign that. And do you have any
Asante sana.
Hey, karibu. Thank you so much. You see, she knows how to. She use psychology on me. She used my own language. Thank you so much, karibu sana. My coach, thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much. All right. I now officially release the guest. Guys, can you clap for the guest? Sort of like. Can you like put those YouTube emojis clapping for the guests? Like put them. Those two claps, the white emojis. Those are the ones you are allowed to use. Type them down the chat before as she leaves. She's going to, of course, be watching them on the chat. Yes, thank you so much, True Mamle. Thank you so much. And guys, connect to her. She's still pinned. She'll be pinned there until we leave the live stream, which is the next about 5 minutes or so. I'll be out. Yeah, so please give her those claps, give her flowers. She's really done a great job here. It's not easy to find somebody who comes and hangs out with you for 3 hours. She spent her time there. She spent her knowledge. People pay for this guy. She's a personal development coach. I didn't even pay. I wasn't even. Maybe she's going to send an invoice, but I didn't even have to pay anything. She came and shared all the knowledge with us here. So it's not something we take for granted. So please give her flowers. And the flowers means you've also checked her house out. That's what it means. Not that you just smile and go have clap. No, you go clap also in that other side. Thank you so much, Simon. I see, guys. There are like 15 of you here looking at me still. Can you give me a clap? Because there are those ones who are cleaning the house. Those ones are excuses. Thank you so much, Coach Mary. You have a lovely rest of the day. I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. You guys are funny. Anyway, good time. So let me see. Look at my nice suit. Look at my tan suit. When Obama won a tan suit, it became a scandal. Yeah, I wear tan suits and I don't even have any apology. It's fancy. All right, I'm just going to sign off. I just want to get a few things done here before we leave. You're most welcome, Mamle. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your presence. It's not something I take for granted. Thank you so much. I will see you when? I will see you next Wednesday as usual. I don't do 2 live streams in a week. Nowadays, I'm so tired of doing it unless I get time. Because Friday, with this crazy challenge, I don't know. I'll see. I'll let you know. Friday, we may meet for coffee and then we can talk more about Nepal. Then, otherwise, I think I may change a few things in June. I want to bring live streams Sunday evening, because YouTube for some reason is recommending that I do my live streams on Sunday evening. But don't worry, I'll keep the Wednesday one still. It's just that I want to explore and see what that looks like. So I'm trying to look at how those ones play out. We'll try one Sunday and then we'll see how that goes. Monisha is saying our giveaway, we have not forgotten. Okay. Oh yeah, the giveaway. Oh my goodness, thank you, Momo, for reminding me. Now, if you're on this channel and you are listening, you can hear what I'm saying. What did Coach Mary Ma mean? Remember the okay. What is the program? What is Coach Mary Ma's program? Let's start from there so that I see that you guys remember. What is the acronym for Coach Mary Ma's program? And that is not the winning question. I'm going to give you the winning question shortly. What is the acronym for those who have forgotten? 1, 2, 3. No one is typing. 1, 2, 3. What is the acronym for Coach Mary Ma's 5-step program? Gail has been sharing this thing like for the last, I don't know how, like last 1 hour. She's just been dropping it. She's been giving you more Kenya. Momo, what is the acronym? That is your winning thing. SWOT. No, the acronym, the 5-step acronym. Like Alex, I like how Alex is helping us with the SWOT. Alex learned about SWOT. Momo, you have been asked a question. You wanted to win a gift. Reset. Alex got us reset. At you who have forgotten. Like, yes, Gail had already shared that thing out there. Reset, resilience, education, strategy, experience, and training. Now my winning question is going to come from education. What did she say education in the reset means? That's it. That is the winning question. Whoever gets that question, if you're a content creator, you win a membership from me or a super chat or a super sticker instantly when I come to your next live stream. If you're not a content creator, you can see me on the side. You can see me. Alex, the winning question is now, what did she mean on the E, the education part of reset? What did that mean? What did she say? There's something very distinct she said about education. She said it's not really about formal education, going to school, but she said something. If you can remember the specifics of that one, you win a gift. Going once, going twice. I have 5 minutes on this live stream. The best I can do as I wait for an answer is play music. Now, who is winning?
I've seen a lot of change.
Guys are quiet. Alex, you better give me that gift. Guys, I forgot. What did they do?
A year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays. Way back a year ago.
Some of you are scratching your head.
For the better this time. I thought I would never
like,
be
I don't know the answer in your head. Take a guess.
Just to say I'm
Go to the station.
alright. And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
How minutes to the end of the live stream? No answer yet. That was the song for like saying bye to Coach Mary Ma. Like, it's nice. 1 year ago must have been something different, but we are resetting. Education meant education. You can even don't need to use the specific word. You can even use other words. Now guys are going to like now. That is your challenge. Go watch Coach Mary Ma's video. The first person who types the answer on this live stream, you can type it on the comments. Once this live stream ends, the comments button is going to be active. You can type the answer there. I will still be able to give you a gift from there. Don't worry. I will be able to give you a gift from there. Education is I don't want to give you the answer. Education is a culmination of what? You was saying it, but I don't want to say it. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for keeping me company. I now have to love and leave you. In the capable hands of the night. It is like almost 11 o'clock in the night here in Kenya. I need to set my alarm to wake up by 5 o'clock. I will see you on Friday, maybe. Friday is a working day. Or I will see you on Wednesday next week, which will be the first live stream in the month of June. If not, I will see what we can do. All right. Others, take care of yourselves. May you have an amazing weekend ahead. May you have a beautiful and fruitful June. May you have and thank you so much for supporting me in the month of May. And to all my super chatters, may your pots never run dry once again. Take care of yourselves. I really appreciate the blessings. Thank you so much, everyone. You take care of yourselves. I will see you on the next one. Okay. Wait, I need to do that. I don't even need to be doing that nowadays. I can just I can just do that. Yeah. Do that. All right. Take care of yourselves. See you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much, Coach Mary Ma, our co-host. If you don't have her, grab her. I will see you on the next one. Right? Bye.
I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were years ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it's way back a year ago.